Your court television news starting now.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to a Thursday night midweek / special evening, because we're going to be watching the State of the Union address here in a bit with your host, NJ Courts. So, again, thank you for joining me this evening. Give me just a minute just to get everything set up, y'all. In the meantime, between time, we're going to let these notifications go out. So sit back, relax. It's going to be a pretty informative show, along with, sitting back and watching the State of the Union. We're going to be also discussing some court updates. We actually had 3 hearings go on. 1 was rescheduled, 2 went on, and I need to give you updates on those. So we're going to do some updates on that. We'll either do those kind of maybe a little bit before the State of the Union if it hasn't already started. Maybe we'll do some after. If the State of the Union already started, we'll get right to that, and then we can kind of maybe take a break and do some of this coverage. We're going to kind of figure it out, go by the edge of our seat, as they say, okay? Kind of a little improv night, but hey, most of our shows are a little improv, but I do like to stay a little organized, as you can see. Little itinerary here for you. So, as promised, and you may not have seen this unless you read the full thumbnail, this evening we will be doing court updates on Blogger IRL, Tommy James, and EBZ. In addition to, we'll also be doing one of our premieres, or well, not premiering, but we're going to be showing another segment, which we premiered on our 500th episode anniversary special. We premiered a couple of new segments. So we're going to be doing one of those new segments this evening as well, as part of our court news update tonight. And then, like I said, we're going to be sitting back, relaxing, and watching our State of the Union address. I'm going to try to just put it like this. This is probably one of the first times and one of the last times this, channel might be covering something that's politically satire, I guess you could say. Usually I try to stay away from those things, but I think this is going to be something interesting. I think as Americans, especially if you're someone that votes, you should be interested in watching somebody that could be your potential president and see, what they have to say about themselves and this coming year. This year is very important because we've got an election and race coming up. So whether you're Republican or you're Democrat, something very important to watch. I was told something very important that a lot of people are going to be watching tonight is to pretty much see what our mental capacity looks like for our president currently, which for some of you that may not know is President Biden. That's more or less why I'm interested in checking this out, because I'm curious to see if at this individual's age, no offense to our seniors, if he's still capable of maintaining the presidency of the United States. All right. As is many of his opponents that could be possibly his same age. Not saying you can't have that mental capacity, but for some of us, we may lose that even before we get to that age, just saying. So just curious to see what's going on with what the president has to say. And like I said, most importantly, we're going to get you some midweek court updates. As far as chat goes, just keep it respectful. It is going to be something to be watching politically, so I don't mind y'all having comments and putting your opinions out there. Just remember to follow TOS guidelines this evening, and we should have a lot of fun. I'm going to be sitting back, relaxing with you guys. I'm going to be sipping on my little Stanley. Oh, yeah, we're going to have bad boy night tonight because Stanley's got a little bit of the cannonball. I swear I can't even, we had some of the cannonball on our 500th anniversary episode, but we barely even put a dent on that thing. And even filling this Stanley up, it still looks like I haven't even put a dent in that thing. But hey, we're chipping away at it, all right? Maybe by St. Patty's Day, we'll finally finish that cannonball. So just give me a minute to get these notifications out. Let me get chat set up. Again, welcome everybody to the NJ Court State of the Union Address Special / Midweek Court Update episode. All right. Hopefully the audio is going good. Again, we're kind of testing out a new setup here. Got our sound effect board. Let that finish. Heads up, those sound effects do get a little loud. So if you're wearing an earbud tonight, and as you know, I can get a little loud sometimes, especially if I'm drinking. We'll behave, trust me. Just don't say I didn't warn you. But, with this new setup, I do have a little bit of more, what was the word I wanted to use? I guess more control over my my microphone and my voice settings. So hopefully they're all right. If they're not, let me know in chat. But like I said, just give a little bit of some more time for the notification to go out. I'm pretty much already set up, and let's head over to the State of the Union address and see what's going on with that. And really quick, actually, before we do start anything, I want to say a huge thank you. We had a donation come through actually after the show premiered from our last show, which was the 500th anniversary show. If you didn't have a chance to check that out, I highly recommend it. That was a fun show. I had a great time celebrating with you all. Very informative show as well. But after that show, you know, we do have quite a bit of people that actually catch those shows based on maybe their schedule. We do get a little late sometimes, and that's called the replay gang. So one, I want to say shout out to my replay gang / replay crew. And one of those crew members actually was nice enough to support this channel with a Venmo donation. So I want to say thank you to Vanessa for the $20 Venmo donation. And that donation read, "Thank you for the fun and updates." Vanessa, thank you so much for your continued support, my friend. I appreciate that support, and I hope you continue to have fun and enjoy the show. So with that being said, you know what time it is, ladies and gentlemen, especially if you're part of my members of the jury. Actually, hold on. Oh, here it is. I was like, I know I didn't forget that. And even if I did.
Order in the court.
I still got a custom sound effect for that. Oh, hold on. We need to add a gavel head to this first. Give me 1 second. All right, there we go. Oops. Still trying to work on kind of like hold on, let me get my camera angle here fixed. Give me a second. That way I'm not like here on the side looking at you guys. Still trying to kind of learn kind of where the best position is for this mic. You don't want to be too close to it, and you don't want to be too far from it, right? But like right there, I think is just perfect. So no, not a new gavel, Gold Girl. What happened is, and it actually just happened right now, the gold wrapping just fell off of this. So believe it or not, that was not real gold plated. That was just a gold wrapping. But it has finally peeled off. And actually, shout out to Gold Girl Rodriguez for this gavel here, because this thing's been a champ / trooper. I love it. So this gavel slam goes out to Vanessa. Again, spam them if you got them, ladies and gentlemen. And don't say I didn't give you an earbud warning. Oh, man. Hold on. Here you go, Vanessa. Thank you again for that support. I know I am too, Gold Girl. That's what I'm saying. This thing's been a champ, all right? And it's actually looks just like a gavel, so I love it. All right, as you can see, we've got the March decorations up for some of y'all that celebrate St. Patty's Day. We are getting closer to the date. And if you better believe it that we're not going to be celebrating St. Patty's Day on this channel, we're going to do it with a fun IRL stream. Still planning on that, but it is going to be a blast. So, you know, if you're doing your own thing, hey, have fun. But if you're just kicking back and want to join me on St. Patty's Day, we're definitely going to have some fun. Look out for that notification coming soon. All right, y'all. I think I'm pretty much set up. Oh, hold on. I lied. Let me just go grab my cannonball really quick, just in case I need a refill. Usually the State of Union addresses can go anywhere from 30 minutes up to an hour and 22 minutes. I think about closer to an hour and 30 was the record. Which, if I'm not mistaken, Donald Trump came close to that, but does not hold the record for the longest State of Union address. I think it's Bill Clinton, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere between the two. But like I said, you know, we're probably just going to be kicking back and relaxing for just a bit while we, you know, listen to the State of the Union. If it starts getting a little boring, I might just cut in with some of my updates. But like I said, we're just going to kind of fly at the edge of our seat, as they say. I think that's how they say it. Not, I guess I just made something up. All right, but really quick, I want to say a huge shout out to my chat really quick. It's been a while. Let's go down the line. Actually, give me a second. We're going to start up from the top. So, Bohemoth Monkey, thank you so much for being one of the first, actually not one, the first in chat today. You're usually the first in chat all the time. So, shout out to you. And hello, my friend. We've got followed by ICU. Hello to you, my friend. Candy Cane, Allison, Nenny Paz. Hello. Some of our early birds in chat today. We have Judy, Gold Girl, Super Roofer in the house. followed by Sunshinery in the house. Welcome to my mods. We've got Ryan Brenner. Hello to you, my friend. Let's see, going down the line, we got Rapper. Ooh, we might even have a poll. We've got some Biden supporters, Trump supporters. So like I said, you know, all part of the politics, and everybody's welcome. So ICU, welcome, my friend. Riot Coke, welcome. Dumple, welcome. Cat Crazy in the house. All right, let's see here. And if I missed you, I apologize. What up, Bean Gang? What up, Clumsy? Good to see you, my friend. Hey, I appreciate that always. What up, Cesar? Good as not yet, my friend. We are just starting. As always, you know, we kind of do have a little bit of a long introduction, but hey, I don't care because I like to say hello to everybody. All right, I don't like to be rude. All right, that's it. Let's get this show started. So, welcome everybody. Like I said, I appreciate you joining me on this Thursday night. A lot of shows going on. I know you can be spending your time either watching TV, doing your own thing, resting, chilling, relaxing, watching many of the other content creators on the tubes. But tonight you have chosen to spend your time with your host, NJ Courts, and I appreciate that. As a matter of fact, this round of applause goes out to you. We get this show started right now. Let me go down my training bar. If you want to play how many times does NJ Court say we're going to get this show started and take a shot game, don't say I didn't warn you. You're going to get drunk, all right? All right, I'll be right back, y'all. Actually, in the meantime, while you're waiting, let's just shoot right on over to the State of Union. Well, I mean, there's a lot of channels covering this. This is just one of them I picked. There's no specific reason. Hopefully, we won't get struck, but let's see what happens. All right, here we go. All right, and then I think I got to do something with oh man, hopefully my yeah, you guys been able to hear me okay. I was like, hopefully my mic's doing all right. I think I already seen in chat if it wasn't. All right, and for some reason I can't hear these guys, so let me just press play. Get started. Saying hi, hello, welcome.
Manchin has been one of the major players during Biden's tenure. He's not running for re-election because West Virginia.
All right, and that is not me talking. That's going to be, it looks like somebody from the Associated Press. So I'll be right back. Hopefully you guys can see this. Let me double check.
Inflation Reduction Act.
Hey, Cat Crazy, go have fun and stay safe.
Energy. It might be one of the major subjects that Biden will bring up tonight.
Check just something else out
He's
here.
blocked on screen ever so slightly.
I actually have a new layout here, so that way I can kind of just block that chat so it's not so annoying. This is my custom layout 1, as I named it. Just give me a second. You guys like that? So it's a bigger me, so you guys can see me. Also blocks out some of that chat, and you guys can see the screen better. How's that work? Let me get the audio a little bit louder on the YouTube side.
Frustration that many lawmakers feel.
All right, it's up. It's just him talking, so it's a little low.
For anyone.
All right, how's that work? Is everything good? Can you guys hear everything on the audio side on my end, and as far as the audio end on the State of the Union?
Members are still speaking and waiting to get to their seats as we await President Biden's arrival.
What up, Assassin Bug? Sunshinery, that's as loud as I can get with that.
An hour and 13 minutes. Many State of the Union addresses.
I'm going to mute myself really quick, and I'll be right back. If need be, we'll go ahead and switch over to another channel if we need it louder.
Has the longest delivered State of the Union speech on record. Although Jimmy Carter in 1981 delivered a State of the Union that was more than 30,000 words, but since he'd recently lost the election, he didn't bother to speak. He just submitted it in paper form to Congress.
Mr. Speaker, the President of the United States.
And here comes President Biden. You can see him getting a lot of applause from Democrats in the chamber. Speaker Johnson is also standing up there and applauding for the president, as he very slowly makes his way down the aisle as he greets members. This is a really comfortable space.
Let's fix that. Let's see if we can go to another channel. All right, hold on. All right, so we're going to go to another channel, see if we can get a louder audio, okay? Give me 1 second. Oh, man, hold on. Let me hurry up so we can see how, I want to see. That's important. I need to see how our president walks in. Does he have a strong stance and stride, or is this a shuffle? Correct, Roofer. All right, here we go. Give me 1 second. Oh, he's already coming in. Shoot, hold on. All right, here we go. Come on. Let's go back. Let's try the WP. Sounds a little louder. All right, here we go.
A campaign that he's currently losing. He will need to convince the American people that this election is not really about him versus Donald Trump, that it's about something bigger. And this is one of the few circumstances and situations where you can really reach people who may not otherwise listen to you. It may not, be a huge audience of persuadable voters, but there's millions and millions of Americans who are what the pollsters call double doubters, which is they don't really like Joe Biden, and they also don't really like Donald Trump. And Joe Biden needs to convince them, in many cases they voted for him in 2020, to vote for him again in 2024. I expect that Republicans are actually going to be on pretty good behavior. Mike Johnson has told them to be. Even Matt Gaetz, I've just heard from a source, is telling Republicans, keep it cool, don't do anything that gives Biden a moment where he can use you as a foil. And it's because they want to sort of deny him that opportunity to rise to the occasion. But the statecraft, the pageantry, Joe Biden really has an opportunity tonight to make a case for Bidenism, but also for international engagement, a case against protectionism and isolationism and nativism. If he chooses to do it, we'll see if he rises to that moment.
Rhonda.
I'm just waiting because Biden was shaking everyone's hand. Marjorie Taylor Greene was on the side there. She's wearing the Make America Great Again hat. And I thought at one point he might shake her hand. He's passing by her right now in the red.
You can see the Biden
she's one of the fiercest, of course,
wearing,
supporters of the former president. And I don't see that they are engaging right now. But again, that shows you the dynamics we've been talking about. This is a somewhat more hostile house than she is mouthing something to him. I don't know what it is. But it appears other people are tapping him and he's moving on. Perhaps we might get a readout at some point late tonight or tomorrow as to what they might have said. But this is Joe Biden. Some presidents have, just shaken hands every 5 people. Joe Biden is the type to shake everyone's hand. And this is where the White House says he is most comfortable with.
And I noticed Steve Scalise right there, notable, of course, because of the cancer treatments he's been undergoing. He could have become the Speaker of the House.
He could have, could have. He was in the running.
Did not make that cut in terms of the chaotic rise of Speaker Mike Johnson. You can see Al Green there taking a photograph, taking a selfie with the president. JM, let's talk about this aisle position and what it means to members to be able to snag that moment.
Yeah, these members have staked out these seats for hours. We just saw Terry Sewell, Democrat from Alabama, taking a selfie with the president. We see Senator Martin Heinrich from New Mexico there. Earlier, we saw Democrat Sanford Bishop, who's the dean of the Georgia House delegation after the passing of former Congressman John Lewis. And now we see this exchange with Senator Joe Manchin, who has at times been sort of best of frenemies, if you will, with the president, right? And Kirsten Gillibrand there from New York, and flanked there by one of Biden's closest allies, Chris Coons, Democratic senator from Delaware. A lot of selfies coming down the aisle, Libby. I feel like we see this a lot on the exit, but this is a lot coming into the chamber. This is a very long procession into the chamber here for the president.
Yeah, they do know he has a speech to give, right? Because that's weird. They can actually just tune into the Washington Post and they can see themselves on air right now. I'm going to talk to Rhonda in a moment about Senator Chris Coons, who she talked to earlier. But James, I want you to reflect on the way that Joe Biden handled Joe Manchin, because there was a lot of fury about Joe Manchin getting in the way of legislation progressing earlier in the Biden administration. But instead of punching him and really scolding him publicly, Joe Biden took a different tactic. What do you know about the president and how he operates that way?
Well, it's interesting because there is tension within the administration. And indeed, when Biden first came in, Kamala Harris gave TV interviews to West Virginia stations. She even wrote an op-ed in a West Virginia newspaper that said Manchin needs to vote for the American Rescue Plan. Joe Manchin is still incensed about that. He still complains about it to people as recently as last week. And so, but Biden himself has sort of a rapport and a relationship that's a lot better with Manchin than, say, the chief of staff or others. And Democrats were angry at Manchin. The crowd is changing 4 more years there, but Democrats are angry at Manchin. But now Republicans are certain to pick up his Senate seat as he doesn't run for re-election. And they have 51 seats right now, so that takes them down to 50-50 just as the baseline. So they'll certainly miss Manchin when he's gone.
We can see the Supreme Court, who holds so much power, Rhonda, as they decide the fate of Donald Trump's electability, his qualifications for.
We're going to just take a quick break just to say a quick shout out. That way we don't get copyright struck. So again, thank you everybody joining me for tonight's special broadcast of the NJ Courts Midweek Special. Tonight we're going to be first starting off by watching and seeing how the State of the Union for 2024 goes. Again, as you saw in my disclaimer, I am a neutral party as far as the channel goes when it comes to politics, but I may once in a while throw in my own opinion. Everybody's welcome to put in your opinion today as well. Just please keep to the TOS terms of service as far as what it goes to in comments. But again, thank you for joining me. Looks like Mr. Biden, our president, is just, it's funny how they announce it like I feel like I'm watching like an ESPN sports telecaster, like a game's going on, like a football game. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got the President Joe Biden heading down to the first row. Looks like he just took a picture with Senator Shoemaker. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, what up, Glaves? NJC, I thought you were going to go live more and stream your trips and stuff. I feel like you barely even went live every few days. Glaves, I don't know if you've been watching lately, but I just announced a broadcast schedule. I'll be going live twice a week, my friend, with breaking news updates in between any of those dates, because, of course, I don't know when those breaking news updates are going to happen. And we're still going to have our walk-in talks coming up. So don't worry, Mr. Glaves. This year, I am not going to be doing this full-time like I did last year, but I promise to bring you as many of my shows as I can. But for right now, this month, you are guaranteed 2 shows a week, my friend, as well as we're definitely going to be doing a walk and talk. So I would say 3, like I said, and breaking news updates in between. So don't worry, you'll still see a lot of me. And don't forget, I don't know when you join the channel, but we've got 500 episodes that you're always more than welcome to check out. Now, if you've already seen them all, I want to say thank you for all your support, my friend. And enjoy the show. Good to see you, Glaves. What up, big ups? I thought the protesters blocked his car. How do you get through? That's why we're watching. All right, here we go. Looks like they're about to start. I'm going to shut up. Thank you guys for joining.
For a long time today, but they seem to have a lot of energy right now and really want to hear this speech.
The president looking up for his wife, the First Lady, a reminder that she is surrounded by people who are there with meaning and
I didn't even... Wait, did I mute myself there? Oh, you guys probably didn't even hear me. All right, I'm going to shut up. Here we go.
1941, Franklin Roosevelt came to this chamber to speak to the nation. And he said, I address you at a moment unprecedented in the history of the Union. Hitler was on the march. War was raging in Europe. President Roosevelt's purpose was to wake up Congress and alert the American people that this was no ordinary time. Freedom and democracy were under assault in the world. Tonight, I come to this same chamber to address the nation. Now, It's we who face an unprecedented moment in the history of the Union. And yes, my purpose tonight is to wake up the Congress and alert the American people that this is no ordinary moment either. Not since President Lincoln and the Civil War have freedom and democracy been under assault at home as they are today. What makes our moment rare is that freedom and democracy are under attack both at home and overseas at the very same time. Overseas, Putin of Russia is on the march, invading Ukraine and sowing chaos throughout Europe and beyond. If anybody in this room thinks Putin will stop at Ukraine, I assure you he will not. But Ukraine can stop Putin. Ukraine can stop Putin if we stand with Ukraine and provide the weapons that needs to defend itself. That is all. That is all Ukraine is asking. They're not asking for American soldiers. In fact, there are no American soldiers at war in Ukraine, and I'm determined to keep it that way. But now, assistance to Ukraine is being blocked by those who want to walk away from our world leadership. It wasn't long ago when a Republican president named Ronald Reagan thundered, "Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall." Now my predecessor, a former Republican president, tells Putin, quote, "Do whatever the hell you want." That's a quote. A former president actually said that, bowing down to a Russian leader. I think it's outrageous, it's dangerous, and it's unacceptable. America is a founding member of NATO, the military alliance of democratic nations created after World War II to prevent war and keep the peace. And today, we've made NATO stronger than ever. We welcomed Finland to the alliance last year. And just this morning, Sweden officially joined, and their minister is here tonight. I'm going to stand up. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And they know how to fight. Mr. Prime Minister, welcome to NATO, the strongest military alliance the world has ever seen. I say this to Congress, we have to stand up to Putin. Send me a bipartisan national security bill. History is literally watching. History is watching. If the United States walks away, it will put Ukraine at risk. Europe is at risk. The free world will be at risk, emboldening others to do what they wish to do us harm. My message to President Putin, who I've known for a long time, is simple. We will not walk away. We will not bow down. I will not bow down. In a literal sense, history is watching. History is watching. Just like history watched 3 years ago on January 6th, when insurrectionists stormed this very Capitol and placed a dagger to the throat of American democracy. Many of you are here on that darkest of days. We all saw with our own eyes the insurrectionists were not patriots. They'd come to stop the peaceful transfer of power, to overturn the will of the people. January 6th lies about the 2020 election and the plots to steal the election posed a gravest threat to U.S. democracy since the Civil War. But they failed. America stood. America stood strong and democracy prevailed. We must be honest. The threat to democracy must be defended. My predecessor and some of you here seek to bury the truth about January 6th. I will not do that. This is the moment to speak the truth and to bury the lies. Here's the simple truth. You can't love your country only when you win. As I've done ever since being elected to office, I ask all of you without regard to party to join together and defend democracy. Remember your oath of office is defending against all threats, foreign and domestic. Respect free and fair elections, restore trust in our institutions, and make clear political violence has absolutely no place in America, zero place. Again, it's not hyperbole to suggest history is watching. We're watching. Your children and grandchildren will read about this day and what we do. History is watching another assault on freedom. Joining us tonight is Latoya Beasley, a social worker from Birmingham, Alabama. 14 months ago, she and her husband welcomed a baby girl thanks to the miracle of IVF. She scheduled treatments to have that second child. The Alabama Supreme Court shut down IVF treatments across the state, unleashed by a Supreme Court decision overturning Roe v. Wade. She was told her dream would have to wait. What her family had got through should never have happened. Unless Congress acts, it could happen again. So tonight, let's stand up for families like hers. To my friends across the aisle, don't keep this waiting any longer. Guarantee the right to AVF. Guarantee it nationwide. Like most Americans, I believe Roe v. Wade got it right. I thank Vice President Harris for being an incredible leader, defending reproductive freedom, and so much more. Thank you. My predecessor came to office determined to see Roe v. Wade overturned. He's the reason it was overturned, and he brags about it. Look at the chaos that has resulted. Joining us tonight is Kate Cox, the wife and mother from Dallas. She's become pregnant again and had a fetus with a fatal condition. Her doctor told Kate that her own life and her ability to have children in the future were at risk if she didn't act. Because Texas law banned her ability to act, Kate and her husband had to leave the state to get what she needed. What her family got through should have never happened as well, but it's happening in too many others. There are state laws banning the freedom to choose, criminalizing doctors, forcing survivors of rape and incest to leave their states to get the treatment they need. Many of you in this chamber and my predecessor are promising to pass a national ban on reproductive freedom. My God, what freedom else would you take away? Look, it's a decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. The Supreme Court majority wrote the following, and with all due respect, justices, women are not without electoral power. Electoral or political power. You're about to realize just how much you're right about that. Clearly. Those bragging about overturning Roe v. Wade have no clue about the power of women. But they found out when reproductive freedom was on the ballot. We won in 2022 and 2020, and we'll win again in 2024. If you, the American people, send me a Congress that supports the right to choose, I promise you, I'll restore Roe v. Wade as the law of the land again. Folks, America cannot go back. I'm here tonight to show what I believe is the way forward, because I know how far we come. 4 years ago next week, before I came to office, the country was hit by the worst pandemic and the worst economic crisis in a century. Remember the fear, record losses. Remember the spikes in crime and the murder rate, raging virus that took more than 1 million American lives, of loved ones, millions left behind. A mental health crisis of isolation and loneliness. A president, my predecessor, failed the most basic presidential duty that he owes to American people, the duty to care. I think that's unforgivable. I came to office determined to get us through one of the toughest periods in the nation's history. We have. It doesn't make news in 1,000 cities and towns. The American people are writing the greatest comeback story never told. So let's tell the story here. Tell it here and now. America's comeback is building the future of American possibilities, building an economy from the middle out and the bottom up, not the top down. Investing in all America, in all Americans, to make sure everyone has a fair shot. We leave no one behind. The pandemic no longer controls our lives. The vaccines that saved us from COVID are now being used to beat cancer, turning setback into comeback. That's what America does. That's what America does. Folks, my inherited economy is on the brink. Now our economy is literally the envy of the world. 15 million new jobs in just 3 years, a record, a record. Unemployment at 50-year lows. A record 16 million Americans are starting small businesses, and each one is a literal act of hope. With historic job growth and small business growth for Black and Hispanics and Asian Americans, 800,000 new manufacturing jobs in America and counting. Where is it written we can't be the manufacturing capital of the world? We are, we will. More people have health insurance today. More people have health insurance today than ever before. The racial wealth gap is as small as it's been in 20 years. Wages keep going up, inflation keeps coming down. Inflation has dropped from 9% to 3%, the lowest in the world and tending lower. The landing is and will be soft. And now, instead of importing foreign products and exporting American jobs, we're exporting American products and creating American jobs. Right here in America, where they belong. And it takes time, but the American people are beginning to feel it. Consumer studies show consumer confidence is soaring. Buy America has been the law of the land since the 1930s. Past administrations, including my predecessor, including some Democrats as well in the past, failed to buy American. Not anymore. On my watch, federal projects that you fund, like helping build American roads, bridges, and highways, will be made with American products and built by American workers. Creating good-paying American jobs. And thanks to our CHIPS and Science Act, the United States is investing more in research and development than ever before. During the pandemic, a shortage of semiconductors, chips, that drove up the price of everything from cell phones to automobiles. And by the way, we invented those chips right here in America. Well, instead of having to import them, private companies are now investing billions of dollars to build new chip factories here in America, creating tens of thousands of jobs. Many of those jobs paying $100,000 a year and don't require a college degree. In fact, my policies have attracted $650 billion in private sector investment in clean energy, advanced manufacturing, creating tens of thousands of jobs here in America. And thanks to our bipartisan infrastructure law, 46,000 new projects have been announced all across your communities. And by the way, I noticed some of you strongly voted against it, or they're cheering on that money coming in. I like it. I'm with you. I'm with you. If any of you don't want that money in your district, just let me know. Modernize our roads and bridges, ports and airports, public transit systems. Removing poisonous lead pipes so every child can drink clean water without risk of brain damage. Providing affordable high-speed internet for every American, no matter where you live, urban, suburban, or rural communities, in red states and blue states. Record investments in tribal communities. Because of my investment in a family farm, because I invested in family farms led by my Secretary of Agriculture, who knows more about this than anybody I know, we're better able to stay in the family for those farms and their children and grandchildren won't have to leave home to make a living. It's transformative. The great comeback story is Belvedere, Illinois, home to an auto plant for nearly 60 years. Before I came to office, the plant was on its way to shutting down. Thousands of workers feared for their livelihoods. Hope was fading. Then I was elected to office, and we raised the Belvedere repeatedly with auto companies, knowing unions would make all the difference. The UAW worked like hell to keep the plant open and get these jobs back, and together we succeeded. Instead of auto factories shutting down, auto factories reopening, and new state-of-the-art battery factories being built to power those cars there at the same. The folks of Belvedere, I say, instead of your town being left behind, your community is moving forward again. Because instead of watching auto jobs of the future go overseas, 4,000 union jobs with higher wages are building the future in Belvedere right here in America. Here tonight is UAW President Shawn Fain, a great friend and a great labor leader. Shawn, where are you? Stand up. And Dawn Sim, a third-generation worker, UAW worker at Belvedere. Shawn, I was proud to be the first president to stand on the picket line, and today, Dawn has a good job in her hometown, providing stability for her family and pride and dignity as well. Showing once again, Wall Street didn't build America. They're not bad guys. They didn't build it, though. The middle class built the country, and unions built the middle class. I say to the American people, when America gets knocked down, we get back up. We keep going. That's America. That's you, the American people. It's because of you America's coming back. It's because of you our future is bright. It's because of you that tonight we can proudly say the state of our union is strong and getting stronger. Tonight, I want to talk about the future of possibilities that we can build together. A future where the days of trickle-down economics are over and the wealthy and the biggest corporations no longer get all the tax breaks. And by the way, I understand corporations. I come from a state that has more corporations invested than every one of your states in the state of the United States combined. And I represented it for 36 years. I'm not anti-corporation, but I grew up in a home where trickle-down economics didn't put much on my dad's kitchen table. That's why I determined to turn things around so middle class does well. When they do well, the poor go way up and the wealthy still do very well. We all do well. And there's more to do to make sure you're feeling the benefits of all we're doing. Americans pay more for prescription drugs than anywhere in the world. It's wrong, and I'm ending it. With the law that I proposed and signed, not one of you Republican buddies voted for it. We finally beat Big Pharma. Instead of paying $400 a month or thereabouts for insulin with diabetes, and it only costs $10 to make, they only get paid $35 a month now and still make a healthy profit. And I want to, but what to do next? I want to cap the cost of insulin at $35 a month for every American who needs it. Everyone. For years, people have talked about it, but finally we got it done and gave Medicare the power to negotiate lower prices on prescription drugs, just like the VA is able to do for veterans. That's not just saving seniors money, it's saving taxpayers money. We cut the federal deficit by $160 billion. Because Medicare will no longer have to pay those exorbitant prices to Big Pharma. This year, Medicare is negotiating lower prices for some of the costliest drugs on the market that treat everything from heart disease to arthritis. It's now time to go further and give Medicare the power to negotiate lower prices for 500 different drugs over the next decade. They're making a lot of money, guys. And they'll still be extremely profitable. Will not only save lives, it will save taxpayers another $200 billion. Starting next year, the same law caps total prescription drug costs for seniors on Medicare at $2,000 a year, even for expensive cancer drugs that cost $10,000, $12,000, $15,000. I want to cap prescription drug costs at $2,000 a year for everyone. Folks, I'm going to get in trouble for saying that, but anyone to get in Air Force One and fly to Toronto, Berlin, Moscow, well, even Moscow, probably. And bring your prescription with you, and I promise you I'll get it for you for 40% the cost you're paying now. Same company, same drug, same place. Folks, the Affordable Care Act, the old Obamacare, it's still a very big deal. Over 100 million of you can no longer be denied health insurance because of pre-existing condition. Well, my predecessor, and many in this chamber, want to take this prescription drug away by repealing Affordable Care Act. I'm not going to let that happen. We stopped you 50 times before and we'll stop you again. In fact, I'm not only protecting it, I'm expanding it. They enacted tax credits of $800 per person per year, reduce health care costs for millions of working families. That tax credit expires next year. I want to make that savings permanent. To state the obvious, women are more than half our population, but research on women's health has always been underfunded. That's why we're launching the first ever White House initiative on women's health research, led by Jill, doing an incredible job as First Lady. We'll pass my plan for $12 billion to transfer women's health research and benefit millions of lives all across America. I know the cost of housing is so important to you. If inflation keeps coming down, mortgage rates will come down as well, and the Fed acknowledges that. But I'm not waiting. I want to provide an annual tax credit that will give Americans $400 a month for the next 2 years as mortgage rates come down, to put toward their mortgages when they buy their first home or trade up for a little more space. Just for 2 years. And my administration is also eliminating title insurance on federally backed mortgages. When you refinance your home, you can save $1,000 or more as a consequence. For millions of renters, we're cracking down on big landlords who use antitrust law, who break antitrust laws by price fixing and driving up rents. We've cut red tape so builders can get federally financing, which is already helping build a record 1.7 million new housing units nationwide. Now pass and build and renovate 2 million affordable homes and bring those rents down. To remain the strongest economy in the world, we need to have the best education system in the world. And I suspect all of you, want to give every child, a good start by providing access to preschool for 3 and 4 years old. You know, I think I pointed out last year, that children coming from broken homes where there's no books, and not read to, not spoken to very often, start school, kindergarten, or first grade, having heard 1 million fewer words spoken. Well, studies show that children who go to preschool are nearly 50% more likely to finish high school, go on to earn a 2- and 4-year degree, no matter what their background is. I met a year and a half ago with the leaders of the Business Roundtable. They were mad that they were angry. I think, well, they were discussing why I wanted to spend money on education. I pointed out to them as vice president, I met with over I think it was 182 of those folks. Don't hold me to the exact number. And I asked them what they need most, the CEOs. And you've had the same experience on both sides of the aisle. They say a better educated workforce, right? So I looked at them and I say, I come from Delaware. DuPont used to be the 8th largest corporation in the world. And every new enterprise they bought, they educated the workforce to that enterprise. But none of you do that anymore. Why are you angry with me providing you the opportunity for the best educated workforce in the world? And they all looked at me and said, I think you're right. I want to expand high quality tutoring and summer learning to see that every child learns to read by 3rd grade. I'm also connecting local businesses and high schools so students get hands-on experience and a path to good paying job, whether or not they go to college. And I want to make sure that college is more affordable. Let's continue increasing the Pell Grants to working and middle-class families and increase record investments in HBCUs and minority-serving institutions, including Hispanic institutions. When I was told I couldn't universally just change the way in which we dealt with student loans, I fixed 2 student loan programs that already existed to reduce the burden of student debt for nearly 4 million Americans, including nurses, firefighters, and others in public service. Like Keenan Jones, a public educator from Minnesota, who's here with us tonight. Keenan, where are you? Keenan, thank you. He's educated hundreds of students so they can go to college. Now he's able to help, after debt forgiveness, get his own daughter to college. And folks, look, such relief is good for the economy because folks are now able to buy a home, start a business, start a family. While we're at it, I want to give public school teachers a raise. And by the way, the first couple of years, we cut the deficit. Now, let me speak to the question of fundamental fairness for all Americans. I've been delivering real results in fiscally responsible ways. We've already cut the federal deficit. We've already cut the federal deficit over $1 trillion. I signed the bipartisan deal to cut another $1 trillion in the next decade. It's my goal to cut the federal deficit another $3 trillion by making big corporations and very wealthy finally beginning to pay their fair share. Look, I'm a capitalist. If you want to make or can make $1 million or millions of bucks, that's great. Just pay your fair share in taxes. A fair tax code is how we invest things to make this country great. Healthcare, education, defense, and so much more. But here's the deal. The last administration enacted a $2 trillion tax cut, overwhelmingly benefit the top 1%, the very wealthy and the biggest corporations, and exploded the federal deficit. They added more to the national debt than any presidential term in American history. Check the numbers. Folks at home, does anybody really think the tax code is fair? Do you really think the wealthy and big corporations need another $2 trillion tax break? I sure don't. I'm going to keep fighting like hell to make it fair. Under my plan, nobody earning less than $400,000 a year will pay an additional penny in federal taxes. Nobody, not one penny. And they haven't yet. In fact, the child tax credit I passed during the pandemic cut taxes for millions of working families and cut child poverty in half. Restore that child tax credit. No child should go hungry in this country. The way to make the tax code fair is to make big corporations and the very wealthy begin to pay their fair share. Remember in 2020, 55 of the biggest companies in America made $40 billion and paid zero in federal income tax. Zero. Not anymore. Thanks to the law I wrote and we signed, big companies have to pay a minimum of 15%. But that's still less than working people pay in federal taxes. It's time to raise corporate minimum tax to at least 21%. So every big corporation finally begins to pay their fair share. I also want to end tax breaks for big pharma, big oil, private jets, massive executive pay when it's only supposed to be $1 million that can be deducted. They can pay them $20 million if they want, but deduct $1 million. End it now. You know, there are 1,000 billionaires in America. You know what the average federal tax is for those billionaires? No. They're making great sacrifices, 8.2%. That's far less than the vast majority of Americans pay. No billionaire should pay a lower federal tax rate than a teacher, a sanitation worker, or a nurse. I propose a minimum tax for billionaires of 25%, just 25%. You know what that would raise? That would raise $500 billion over the next 10 years. And imagine what that could do for America. Imagine a future with affordable child care. Millions of families can get they need to go to work to help grow the economy. Imagine a future with paid leave, because no one should have to choose between working and taking care of their sick family member. Imagine the future of home care and elder care, and people living with disabilities so they can stay in their homes and family caregivers can finally get the pay they deserve. Tonight, let's all agree once again to stand up for seniors. Many of my friends on the other side of the aisle want to put Social Security on the chopping block. If anyone here tries to cut Social Security, Medicare, or raise the retirement age, I will stop you. The working people who built this country pay more into Social Security than millionaires and billionaires do. It's not fair. We have two ways to go. Republicans can cut Social Security and give more tax breaks to the wealthy. That's the proposal. Oh no, you guys don't want another $2 trillion tax cut? I kind of thought that's what your plan was. Well, that's good to hear. You're not going to cut another $2 trillion for the super wealth. That's good to hear. I'll protect and strengthen Social Security and make the wealthy pay their fair share. Look, too many corporations raise prices to pad their profits, charging more and more for less and less. That's why we're cracking down on corporations that engage in price gouging and deceptive pricing, from food to healthcare to housing. In fact, the snack companies think you won't notice if they change the size of the bag and put a hell of a lot fewer, same size bag, put fewer chips in it. No, I'm not joking. It's called shrinkflation. Pass Bobby Casey's bill and stop this. I really mean it. You probably all saw that commercial on Snickers bars. You get charged the same amount, and you got about, I don't know, 10% fewer Snickers in it. Look, I'm also getting rid of junk fees, those hidden fees at the end of your bill that are there without your knowledge. My administration announced we're cutting credit card late fees from $32 to $8. Banks and credit card companies are allowed to charge what it costs them to instigate the collection. And that's more a hell of a lot like $8 and 30-some dollars. They don't like it. Credit card companies don't like it. But I'm saving American families $20 billion a year with all the junk fees I'm eliminating. Folks at home, that's why the banks are so mad. It's $20 billion in profit. I'm not stopping there. My administration has proposed rules to make cable, travel, utilities, and online ticket sellers tell you the total price up front so there are no surprises. It matters. It matters. And so does this. In November, my team began serious negotiation with a bipartisan group of senators. The result was a bipartisan bill with the toughest set of border security reforms we've ever seen. Oh, you don't think so? Oh, you don't like that bill, huh? That conservatives got together and said it was a good bill? I'll be darned. That's amazing. That bipartisan bill would hire 1,500 more security agents and officers, 100 more immigration judges to help tackle the backload of 2 million cases, 4,300 more asylum officers, and new policies so they can resolve cases in 6 months instead of 6 years. What are you against? 100 more high-tech drug detection machines to significantly increase the ability to screen and stop vehicles smuggling fentanyl into America. That's killing thousands of children. This bill would save lives and bring order to the border. It will also give me and any new president new emergency authority to temporarily shut down the border when the number of migrants at the border is overwhelming. The Border Patrol Union has endorsed this bill. The Federal Chamber of Commerce is, yeah. You're saying low. Look at the facts. I know you know how to read. I believe that given the opportunity for a majority in the House and Senate would endorse the bill as well, a majority right now. But unfortunately, politics has derailed this bill so far. I'm told my predecessor called members of Congress in the Senate to demand they block the bill. He feels political win. He viewed it as a political win for me and a political loser for him. It's not about him. It's not about me. I'd be a winner. Not really. Lincoln Riley, an innocent young woman who was killed by an illegal. That's right. But how many of thousands of people being killed by illegals? To her parents, I say, my heart goes out to you, having lost children myself. I understand. But look, if we change the dynamic at the border, people pay these smugglers $8,000 to get across the border because they know if they get by and let into the country, it's 6 to 8 years before they have a hearing. And it's worth it taking the chance of the $8,000. But if it's only 6 weeks, the idea is it's highly unlikely that people will pay that money and come all that way, knowing that they'll be able to be kicked out quickly. Folks, I would respectfully suggest my Republican friends owe it to the American people, get this bill done. We need to act now. And if my predecessor is watching, instead of paying politics and pressuring members of Congress to block the bill, join me in telling the Congress to pass it. We can do it together. But that's what here's what he will not do. I will not demonize immigrants saying they are poison in the blood of our country. I will not separate families. I will not ban people because of their faith. Unlike my predecessor on my first day in office, I introduced a comprehensive bill to fix our immigration system. Take a look at it. It has all these and more. Secure the border. Provide a pathway to citizenship for dreamers. And so much more. But unlike my predecessor, I know who we are as Americans. We're the only nation in the world with a heart and soul that draws from old and new. Home to Native Americans, whose ancestors have been here for thousands of years. Home to people of from every place on earth. They came freely. Some came in chains. Some came when famine struck, like my ancestral family in Ireland. Some to flee persecution, to chase dreams that are impossible anywhere but here in America. That's America. And we all come from somewhere, but we're all Americans. Look, folks, we have a simple choice. We can fight about fixing the border, or we can fix it. I'm ready to fix it. Send me the border bill now. A transformational moment in history happened 59 years ago today in Selma, Alabama. Hundreds of foot soldiers for justice marched across the Edmund Pettus Bridge, named after the Grand Dragon of the Ku Klux Klan, to claim their fundamental right to vote. They were beaten, they were bloody, and left for dead. Our late friend and former colleague, John Lewis, was on that march. We miss him. But joining us tonight are other marchers, both in the gallery and on the floor, including Betty Mae Fikes, known as the voice of Selma, the daughter of gospel singers and preachers. She sang songs of prayer and protest on that bloody Sunday to help shake the nation's conscience. 5 months later, the Voting Rights Act passed and was signed into law. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But 59 years later, there are forces taking us back in time. Voter suppression, election subversion, unlimited dark money, extreme gerrymandering. John Lewis is a great friend to many of us here, but if you truly want to honor him and all the heroes who marched with him, then it's time to do more than talk. Pass the Freedom to Vote Act, the John Lewis Voting Rights Act. And stop denying another core value of America, our diversity across American life. Banning books, it's wrong. Instead of erasing history, let's make history. I want to protect fundamental rights. Pass the Equality Act. And my message to transgender Americans, I have your back. Pass the PRO Act for workers' rights. Raise the federal minimum wage, because every worker has a right to a decent living more than $7 an hour. We're also making history by confronting the climate crisis, not denying it. I don't think any of you think there's no longer a climate crisis. At least I hope you don't. I'm taking the most significant action ever on climate in the history of the world. I'm cutting our carbon emissions in half by 2030, creating tens of thousands of clean energy jobs, like the IBEW work is building and installing 500,000 electric vehicle charging stations. Conserving 30% of America's lands and waters by 2030. And taking action on environmental justice, fence line communities smothered by the legacy of pollution. And pattern after the Peace Corps and AmeriCorps, I launched the Climate Corps to put 20,000 young people to work in the forefront of our clean energy future. I'll triple that number in a decade. To state the obvious, all Americans deserve the freedom to be safe. And America is safer today than when I took office. Year before I took office, murder rates went up 30%. 30% they went up. The biggest increase in history. It was then, through my American Rescue Plan, which every American voted against, I might add, we made the largest investment in public safety ever. Last year, the murder rate saw the sharpest decrease in history. Violent crime fell to one of its lowest levels in more than 50 years. but we have more to do. We have to help cities invest in more community police officers, more mental health workers, more community violence intervention. Give communities the tool to crack down on gun crime, retail crime, and carjacking. Keep building trust, as I've been doing by taking executive action on police reform and calling for it to be the law of the land. Directing my cabinet to review the federal classification of marijuana and expunging thousands of convictions for the mere possession, because no one should be jailed for simply using or having on their record. Take on crimes of domestic violence. I'm ramping up the federal enforcement of the Violence Against Women Act that I proudly wrote when I was a senator, so we can finally end the scourge against women in America. There are other kinds of violence I want to stop. With us tonight is Jasmine, whose 9-year-old sister Jackie was murdered with 21 classmates and teachers in an elementary school in Uvalde, Texas. Very soon after that happened, Jill and I went to Uvalde for a couple of days. We spent hours and hours with each of the families. We heard their message, so everyone in this room, in this chamber, could hear the same message. The constant refrain, and I was there for hours meeting with every family. They said, do something. Do something. Well, I did do something by establishing the first ever Office of Gun Violence Prevention in the White House, that the Vice President is leading the charge. Thank you for doing it. Meanwhile, my predecessor told the NRA he's proud he did nothing on guns when he was president. Oh. After another shooting in Iowa recently, he said, when asked what to do about it, he said, just get over it. There's his quote, just get over it. I say, stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. I'm proud we beat the NRA when I signed the most significant gun safety law in nearly 30 years because of this Congress. We now must beat the NRA again. I'm demanding a ban on assault weapons and high-capacity magazines. Pass universal background checks. None of this. I taught the Second Amendment for 12 years. None of this violates the Second Amendment or vilifies responsible gun owners. You know, as we manage challenges at home, we're also managing crises abroad, including in the Middle East. I know the last 5 months have been gut-wrenching for so many people, for the Israeli people, for the Palestinian people, and so many here in America. This crisis began on October 7th with a massacre by a terrorist group called Hamas, as you all know. 1,200 innocent people, women and girls, men and boys, slaughtered after enduring sexual violence. The deadliest day for the Jewish people since the Holocaust, and 250 hostages taken. Here in this chamber tonight are families whose loved ones are still being held by Hamas. I pledge to all the families that we will not rest until we bring every one of your loved ones home. We also we will also work around the clock to bring home Evan and Paul, Americans being unjustly detained by the Russians and others around the world. Israel has the right to go after Hamas. Hamas ended this conflict by releasing hostages, laying down arms, could end it by releasing the hostages, laying down arms, and surrendering those responsible for October 7th. But Israel has Israel has an added burden because Hamas hides and operates among the civilian population like cowards under hospitals, daycare centers, and all the like. Israel also has a fundamental responsibility, though, to protect innocent civilians in Gaza. This war has taken a greater toll on innocent civilians than all previous wars in Gaza combined. More than 30,000 Palestinians have been killed, most of whom are not Hamas. Thousands and thousands of innocents, women and children, girls and boys, also orphaned. Nearly 2 million more Palestinians under bombardment or displacement. Homes destroyed, neighborhoods in rubble, cities in ruin, families without food, water, medicine. It's heartbreaking. I've been working nonstop to establish an immediate ceasefire that would last for 6 weeks to get all the prisoners released, all the hostages released, to get the hostages home and ease the intolerable and humanitarian crisis and build toward an enduring, something more enduring. The United States has been leading international efforts to get more humanitarian assistance to Gaza. Tonight, I'm directing the U.S. military to lead an emergency mission to establish a temporary pier in the Mediterranean on the coast of Gaza that can receive large shipments carrying food, water, medicine, and temporary shelters. No U.S. boots will be on the ground. A temporary pier will enable a massive increase in the amount of humanitarian assistance getting into Gaza every day. And Israel must do its part. Israel must allow more aid into Gaza to ensure humanitarian workers aren't caught in the crossfire. And they're announcing they're going to have a crossing in northern Gaza. For the leadership of Israel, I say this: humanitarian assistance cannot be a secondary consideration or a bargaining chip. Protecting and saving innocent lives has to be a priority. As we look to the future, the only real solution to the situation is a two-state solution over time. And I say this as a lifelong supporter of Israel. My entire career, no one has a stronger record with Israel than I do. I challenge any of you here. I'm the only American president to visit Israel in wartime. But there is no other path that guarantees Israel's security and democracy. There is no other path that guarantees Palestinians can live in peace with peace and dignity. And there's no other path that guarantees peace between Israel and all of its neighbors, including Saudi Arabia, with whom I'm talking. Creating stability in the Middle East also means containing the threat posed by Iran. That's why I built a coalition of more than a dozen countries to defend international shipping and freedom of navigation in the Red Sea. I've ordered strikes to degrade the Houthi capability and defend U.S. forces in the region. As Commander-in-Chief, I will not hesitate to direct further measures to protect our people and our military personnel. For years, I've heard many of my Republican and Democratic friends say that China is on the rise and America's falling behind. They've got it backwards. I've been saying it for over 4 years, even when I wasn't president. America's rising. We have the best economy in the world. And since I've come to office, our GDP is up, our trade deficit with China is down to the lowest point in over a decade. And we're standing up against China's unfair economic practices. We're standing up for peace and stability across the Taiwan Straits. I've revitalized our partnership and alliance in the Pacific. India, Australia, Japan, South Korea, Pacific Islands. I've made sure that the most advanced American technologies can't be used in China, not allowing to trade them there. Frankly, for all this tough talk on China, it never occurred to my predecessor to do any of that. I want competition with China, not conflict. And we're in a stronger position to win the conflict of the 21st century against China than anyone else, for that matter, than any time as well. Here at home, I've signed over 400 bipartisan bills. There's more to pass my unity agenda. Strengthen penalties on fentanyl trafficking, You don't want to do that, huh? Pass bipartisan privacy legislation to protect our children online. Harness the promise of AI to protect us from peril. Ban AI voice impersonations and more. And keep our truly sacred obligation to train and equip those we send into harm's way and care for them and their families when they come home and when they don't. That's why the song Support and Help of Dennis and the VA, I signed the PACT Act. One of the most significant laws ever, helping millions of veterans exposed to toxins who now are battling more than 100 different cancers. Many of them don't come home, but we owe them and their families support. We owe it to ourselves to keep supporting our new health research agency called ARPA-H, and remind us that we can do big things like end cancer as we know it, and we will. Let me close with this. Yay. I know you don't want to hear any more, Lindsay, but I got to say a few more things. I know it may not look like it, but I've been around a while. When you get to be my age, certain things become clearer than ever. I know the American story. Again and again, I've seen the contest between competing forces in the battle for the soul of our nation. Between those who want to pull America back to the past and those who want to move America into the future. My lifetime has taught me to embrace freedom and democracy, a future based on core values that have defined America: honesty, decency, dignity, equality, to respect everyone, to give everyone a fair shot, to give hate no safe harbor. Now, other people my age see it differently. The American story of resentment, revenge, and retribution, that's not me. I was born amid World War II when America stood for the freedom of the world. I grew up in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and Claymont, Delaware, among working class people who built this country. I watched in horror as two of my heroes, like many of you did, Dr. King and Bobby Kennedy, were assassinated. And their legacies inspired me to pursue a career in service. I left the law firm and became a public defender because my city of Wilmington was the only city in America occupied by the National Guard after Dr. King was assassinated because of the riots. And I became a county councilman almost by accident. I got elected to the United States Senate when I had no intention of running at age 29. Then vice president of our first black president. Now president to the first women vice president. In my career, I've been told I was too young. By the way, they're going to let me on the Senate elevators for votes sometimes. Not a joke. And I've been told I'm too old. Whether young or old, I've always known what endures. I've known our North Star. The very idea of America is that we're all created equal and deserves to be treated equally throughout our lives. We've never fully lived up to that idea, but we've never walked away from it either. And I won't walk away from it now. I'm optimistic. I really am. I'm optimistic, Nancy. My fellow Americans, the issue facing our nation isn't how old we are, it's how old are our ideas. Hate, anger, revenge, retribution are the oldest of ideas. But you can't lead America with ancient ideas that only take us back. You lead America, the land of possibilities. You need a vision for the future and what can and should be done. Tonight you've heard mine. I see a future where defending democracy, you don't diminish it. I see a future where we restore the right to choose and protect our freedoms, not take them away. I see a future where the middle class finally has a fair shot and the wealthy have to pay their fair share in taxes. I see a future where we save the planet from the climate crisis and our country from gun violence. Above all, I see a future for all Americans. I see a country for all Americans. And I will always be president for all Americans because I believe in America. I believe in you, the American people. You're the reason we've never been more optimistic about our future than I am now. So let's build the future together. Let's remember who we are. We are the United States of America. And there is nothing beyond our capacity when we act together. God bless you all, and may God protect our troops. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
President Biden wrapping up his speech. It was over an hour, Rhonda, but it was punchy, it was tight, and the president was making a clear message about what he believes his accomplishments have been over the first term and his ambitions for what he hopes will be a second term. Repeatedly talking about my predecessor, his predecessor, Donald Trump, not mentioning him by name, but trying to create a stark difference from what he called old ideas of hate, anger, revenge, retribution, and his ideas of an optimistic America. Rhonda, he talked about domestic issues, foreign issues, and said the story of the economy and its recovery is the greatest comeback story never told. What stands out to you?
You know, toward the end stood out to me because he leaned into what right now is his biggest vulnerability, and that's his age.
Can you guys hear me? Did I wake you up? Sorry. If I just woke you up, I apologize. Roofer, I think it's off. Is it off? Let me know. I see yes, but give me another yes. I had a few drinks during that speech, so I may need some assistance. Just kidding. Not kidding, though. Jesus. I was saying before this speech started, I was like, I don't think you can even punch a dent in one of these biggie balls, but I think I've proven that wrong. All right, it's off. Okay, good. Well, hey, I want to say big thank you to everybody then for a few drinks. LL, yeah, I know, Nenny Pods. Well, let's just put it this way. This is a 30-ounce Stanley Cup. Now, it's full of ice, so you got to take that in account. So it's not like just, you know, because I've refilled this twice, so it's not like I've had 60 ounces of that cannonball. Probably more like, let's see, with the ice in here, I would say that was a long pour, though, earlier. Yeah, never mind. Let's just not get there. But you know what? I don't know if it's just as it, you know, starts tasting better because of the alcohol, but I'm not a big liquor drinker. I don't even know if this does have liquor. I think we've decided it does. I think I need to investigate this more because it does say it does contain tequila and vodka. And the first night I drank this, I didn't get like a huge hangover, which I would have gotten and had this been like one of those like wine cooler type of drinks, you know? So I'm legitimately at this point giving the buzz balls. Now, again, I can't speak for the little buzz balls, but for the cannonball, that's what I've nicknamed this. That's not what it's called. It's called a Biggies. This is the chili mango flavor, just to be specific. I give it a 4 out of 5. definitely a 4 out of 5. Hey, Roofer. That was pretty interesting. I'll say this. I think I've learned enough from just watching that. I mean, not yet sure what I've made as far as my decision for who I will vote for this year, because I still need to review all the candidates. And at this point, like I said, I don't care what party you represent, but yeah, this is the reason why I wanted to watch this. So again, thank you for everybody for having the patience to watch this. Whether you're a Democrat, Republican, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? And again, my channel will always stay neutral, but hey, I have the right to give my opinion every once in a while. And tonight I did. So, you know, if you didn't like it, again, it was something that I tried out tonight. I usually don't like to get into politics because of this shit. But hey, this was something I considered important. And I was respectful in my opinion. If you disagree with me, well, there's a comment section. You can go ahead and leave your comment. That doesn't mean I'm going to agree with you. I'm probably going to delete it, but just being truthful. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, let's get started with the rest of our show. So, we'll do, and you know what's funny is I called it a 9th inning stretch. I think at that time I was probably had a few little bit of drinks because it's a 7th inning stretch, not a 9th. But let's go ahead and take our 7th inning stretch, and we're going to get into our court news updates, which I've got 3 of them because we had 3 court dates that were scheduled for this week that we've almost finished. And I've got, let's see, 1 world court news update to share with you. And I think we'll call it a show. But let's get into the fun stuff, some of the stuff that I think you guys are here for. Again, thank you for everybody that joined me for tonight's 2024 State of the Union watch party. All right. So again, let's go ahead and take a little 7th inning stretch. I'm going to go ahead and just make sure that I got my chat up and going. So, I mean, I was watching you guys on my screen here, so just in case I missed anybody's questions, I apologize, but I was trying my best to answer everybody. And let's go. All right. So let's get this shit out of the way first off. So let's remove this. Oh yeah, that was my custom layout. So let's go to regular. There we go. All right, let's see if this attracts everybody back, Roofer. What should I do? Should I just be quiet? Should I start crying? Should I start begging? Should I light a firework inside? Let's see here. How can we get viewers back? I'm just kidding. No, if you've followed me since the beginning, I don't give a fuck about viewers. As if anything, I had a great time hanging out with everybody in the chat and actually finally having the time to just chill and, like, you know, being able to participate in chat, which I'm trying my best to work on, you know, when you are. And the funny thing is this. So, like, I think we just got so used to, you know, interactive chats. Like, we don't realize, like, especially when you're like kind of giving the news out, it's hard. It really is. Cause like sometimes, for the most part, I try to remember what I'm going to talk about. But a lot of times I have to refer to my notebook. So if anything, my eyes are already scanning on this. So it's like almost impossible to try to read chat at the same time that I'm trying to give out my news story. But because I get it, you know, we're used to a lot of channels that, you know, they're not doing that. So we're always used to always answering every chat and all the questions. So I'm trying to figure out a way to, like, try my best so that I can, you know, answer everybody's questions, but still be able to, like, read this and give the news out. So I remember back in the days, and maybe you guys can help me, but there used to be this, like, what is the name of it? It was some type of program that, like, it was like a speed reading program. Maybe that'll help, you know, like maybe if I can, like, and I think I remember they used to use their fingers like this. They'd go like this. So maybe if I can, like, read chat with one eye and then with the other eye, I'd have to have, I mean, it may cause like some tweak eye. I mean, I just made that up, but one eye is going to be obviously looking over here. The other is going to be looking at you. So let's just try this out physically. Hold on. Let's see if this physically can be done. So I'd have to be looking at you. You know, well, I try my best because I can be looking down, but then that's That's rude, right? So I try to have one eye looking at you guys because my camera's at the top of the laptop. So let's see. So one eye there. I'm going to hold it physically, and then the other eye holding it down so that I can read. This is kind of weird, but it works. So my left eye, which is this eye, I can see you guys. I think I'm looking at you still. And although it looks weird, I can see kind of what I have on the notepad on my right eye because it's facing down. So let me see if I can do this. Yeah, I can't. That's weird. It almost can. I mean, it almost can be done, but I think that would just like not make you guys very comfortable looking at my eyes like that. So, hold on, give me a second. Exactly, Roofer. Go, girl, you're okay. You know what? I have a feeling this is going to definitely be a replay crew. And that's why I said what I'm going to work on now is putting like, I got to read how you do it because there's ways you can, but there's a professional way of doing it. But there's ways you can put now timestamps. So I want to be able to put like, you know, hey, we watched this, but if you want to get to the court updates, there's the timestamp. And what I'm trying to do is where you can click it and then it just takes you right to that timestamp on the video. So no worries. But we're working on it. Okay. Like I said, by my next stream, it's not going to be this weekend. If you saw the broadcast schedule, our next stream is going to be scheduled for Sunday. As a matter of fact, that is scheduled for, and I even have to check this because it's kind of a different hour than I'm used to. Usually Sundays, I do an early morning thing, and usually I do like a walk and talk. So I think this Sunday we're going to do something fun. Doesn't mean we're not going to talk about court stuff, but we do have a schedule that we're going to be following now for this month. So our next broadcast will be, excuse me, just got to jump to my channel here. I know it's already on Sunday, so if you're like, how does he not remember it? And you know, I've had a few drinks, so it is Sunday. See, look at, that's what I'm looking at right there. The 10th. And it's going to be at 12 p.m. and noon. Now, that's why this was going to be kind of fun to well, not fun, but why I remember this was important. So that day is going to be the time for some, depending on what state you're in or what side of the country you're in, there's a time change on Sunday. So I said today I was going to announce it. So let's actually check on that. And then we're going to start. So let me just do this first, and then we're going to move on to our court news update. So for Sunday, let's see here. Let's Google search this. Sunday time change 2024. So it says March 10th, 2024. When does time change spring forward for DST 2024? And the U.S. clocks will officially spring forward at 2 a.m. Sunday, March 10th. All right, that just confused me even more. But I think we spring forward. So in my state, for example, we still adhere to daylight savings. Your state might not. That's where this gets confusing. So, for example, my state at 2 a.m. on Sunday morning, that means we spring forward. If my show is scheduled for 12, that means it's going to be at 1. All right. So I'll figure this out because this is not the time to be thinking through this. And I'll post it for tomorrow. Either way, we got a few days to figure it out. But yeah, Sunday, depending on what state you're on, you know, it could kind of change your schedule, but usually your phone updates already automatically, so it shouldn't be a problem. We lose an hour, Big Up says. Super Roofer says the eclipse is coming up also. Hey, Roofer, well, you know what? I noticed that in the gas stations, they're selling the eclipse glasses, but I noticed, you know, about what was it, a week ago, we had the beautiful full moon. Wasn't that the time that the eclipse was happening? So I'm kind of confused. What's going on here? But either way, that's our broadcast schedule for this week. And again, there can be breaking news updates. I can always just come up with something fun to do at any time. So, but that for sure, you will always know, hey, we come on Thursday. Well, this week it was, you know, at 9 p.m. Now, next week going forward, actually, let's not go there because I'm going to confuse people. But this Sunday, for sure, we'll have a broadcast, and it's at 12 p.m. noon, depending on what state you're in. That's all I can just say for now. As we get closer to that day, I'll try to figure out, okay, if you're in this state, it's going to be this time. If you're there, don't care, don't matter. So, moving forth, let's go ahead and start our midweek court news update. So, as promised, we've got some court news updates on Blogger IRL. We've got court news updates on Tommy James on EBZ. The reason we have court news updates on those individuals is, and let me make sure I can do this without knocking down all this stuff. And see, once we move over to our new camera setup, you guys will be able to see this calendar a lot better. So, I apologize, but this will be a lot better here coming probably by not this next stream, but hopefully our next court news update on which is not going to be, well, I guess now I'm going to start confusing you. So let's just put it out. So today we did something on Thursday just because of the, what happened tonight with the speech. But going forth for this month only, and then if, everybody likes the schedule, we'll continue with that same schedule going in April. We're going to be doing a broadcast for sure on Wednesdays and on Sundays. The only reason I did today, again, was just because of the State of Union speech. But starting next week, my next broadcast will be this Sunday, then Wednesday. Then it'll be Sunday, then Wednesday. That'll continue until the end of this month. And if everybody likes that schedule, then we'll try it out again in April. So, for the month of March. And right now, just so I don't have to try to knock anything over, I'll just read it for you. And this is why I like this kind of portable. Let me show you what I got going on. I've got a little portable sound effect board. It's funny because when you look at like the picture of it on Google, like when you're going to buy it, they literally, and it's not even like, oh, it's my vision. No, they have the person's hand like, it looks like this thing's like this big versus their hand. You thought it was like the size of a laptop. I don't want it that big. I like the size it is, but it's pretty much just like, when you look at what's the best burger that doesn't look like you get it? I think we'll have to agree on what shit. What's the flat ones? The flat cakes. Is that Burger King? Or no. Burger King's all right. I forgot which company, man. You look at the picture, it's like this, but when you get it, it's like that. Wendy's. I want to say Wendy's, but correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. Roofer, what up? Roofer with a $5 super chat that reads, here's $5. Never play Joe Biden's speech again. Roofer, hey, for tonight, I can agree with that, but what happens if like the end of the world is coming and Joe Biden's the only one putting that information out, dude? So I can't promise again. I'll promise. How about this? For the rest of this month. Is that okay? Watch, this is the month that like big old comments coming and the end of the world is going to happen and Biden's coming on a speech. And I'm like, well, Roofer did fucking say $5. Oh, I can't announce it. What up, Madam Star? Good to see you. What up, Debbie Anderson? Biden gave more of a campaign speech. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. Well, not so let's just rewind that. So welcome, but not what I said. What I was, if you guys were watching some of my comments I was poking at, that's kind of what I was kind of referring to. Maybe you guys didn't see that, but in my mind, I thought so. But yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I got from this was just a hype speech for like a campaign speech. Granted, I know this year is their campaign, whatever, but it's still the State of the Union. Like, and the fact that, and if you watched from the beginning, me personally, I don't like the way he even started that speech, which was just talking about war. You know what I mean? Like literally went right into the Ukraine war. First thing you're going to start a State of the Union is going right into the war. One, that's not even the one thing we're even like, I get it. Like if we're like back in World War II, we're in the middle of the fucking war, this is what no. All right. that wasn't even anything that's very, I mean, granted, yeah, it's important because our money's going to that fucking country, and we as American citizens have the right to know what's going on with their tax money. But as far as the State of a Union speech, me personally, I would never started it with the fucking Ukraine, talking about the Ukraine war. That's just me. So, but yeah, that's like, I'll just say it right now. I don't take sides. So some people might say, oh, you sound like you do. Tonight, I probably do a bit, but that's because and that's why I wanted to watch tonight. That reflects a lot of what I think about people and may make a decision on, depending on who's going to be the final candidates for our presidency, on who I vote, is how somebody even makes a speech like this. Because one thing a lot of people noted was, well, it's supposed to be, if you go back in the history of what the State of Union speech is supposed to be, I can guarantee you tonight was not a good example of that. Maybe towards the end, I think, and you know what? We don't even know. These people got little earbuds in their ears. Maybe they started, telling him, who the fuck knows? Hey, you just start switching over but I'll just say this. As a human being, as somebody that's the president, as somebody that's supposed to be educated, I would figure, even at the minimum, you don't need anybody telling you, what you need to tell the people the first 2 minutes of your speech, which shouldn't have started with that individual talking about the war in Ukraine. That's my opinion. That's it. Again, it has nothing to do with who I'm going to vote for. That it's just what I got off based on what I saw tonight. All right. So let's move on. All right. But Roofer, that was kind of my reply to your donation. And that has to do with actually what you said. Thank you again for your support. But as of this month, you got it, my friend. We will never play Biden's speech again. Hold on. We need a sound effect for that. No, that's the... Damn, I'm getting used to this. Hold on. Sorry, man, that's my favorite. There we go. All right, so chip-wise, for some of you that may have seen me, I was... Oh, that wasn't it. Where's my chip bag? There we go. I decided to open up the Buffalo... Well, let's start from the top. Cheetos Crunchy Buffalo Flavored Chips. First impression off of these. Now, granted, I have drank a bit. I am hungry. That has a lot to do with the first impression, because I am hungry. I have smoked something that, based on scientific studies, does increase your appetite. Just letting you know. But I've had a few of these, and I will say I've enjoyed them so far. As a matter of fact, now that I've already put the flavor in my mouth, it's hard to give you the exact, like right now to be like, yep, no. But when I first put one of these, that sounds really weird. I already know. All right. Hold on. Let me just get that over with so it doesn't look like I'm a, on a what. Yeah, hold on. Munchies, make your decision, Nolan Boyd. Oh, big ups. No way. I disagree with that, because I think Munchies, if anything, enhance your flavor buds, which would give you a better decision making as far as something that food wise. Okay, maybe now decision wise it has to do with timing. Hey, I got you on that. All right, now I'm speaking for myself. Maybe there's some people that even, if they've, based on the fact that they're the influence of THC, they might be quicker on responses or their reflexes. Me personally, I fall under the category, as of most people, that are under the influence of THC, which means you have slow reactions, right? But as far as food, taste, I would say the best judge of that would be somebody that is on that like 10 times flavor level. You know what I mean? And I'm going to tell you this. And I'm not trying to be like, I'm trying to be funny. Sorry if I sound like I'm being like, big ups. Yeah, no, I'm not. Cheeto Crunchy Buffaloes, which I'm not back in the days, I was a fan of the Cheetos regulars, but I haven't been following all these like Cheeto Hots. They got the XXLs, the XX, or I I think that's a clothing size. XXXX. I don't even know what they have, but they got all these crazy flavors of Cheetos. But as far as the Cheetos Crunchy Buffalo, when I closed my eyes and I took a crunchy one of these, it literally tasted just short of having, like, you know, a buffalo wing, you know, the chicken going in your teeth, and, you know, a bone you're like dropping in there. I can taste the ranch, I can taste the cheese, and I can taste the heat. And I think as far as a Cheeto, I think that's all you should expect. You know, why would you want a flavor of a piece of chicken? That would be kind of weird. You know, you'd have to, because in the ingredients, it'd have to say, you know, season, or it would have to say ingredients enriched with, you know, chicken flavored something. That would be weird. But just closing my eyes, you know, crunching on one of these Cheetos, I taste the flavor of ranch, the hot dressing, and cheese. So that's what we're going to be chomping on tonight. Now, I've got other bags. I'm going to say the next flavor I probably would have tried would have been the Cheetos Flamin' Hot Ting Chili Fusion. And I do like Cheetos, so I guess I am being a little bit, like, biased because I have been a Cheetos fan. But right now, they're putting out some pretty cool flavors. And then the other candidates we had this night, and again, every night I go live, I'll try one of these for you. These are the ones I'm kind of afraid of. Not afraid, like, oh, it's going to be, like, horribly nasty. I'm just like, it's going to be different. But I think these are going to be really good. I really want to try these. Superroofer says Doritos are nasty anyways. Hold on, what's the Doritos things? I saw somebody saying something about Doritos. Big Up says Doritos is going to do a transgender limited edition, but pulled out last minute. Is that kind of like what Budweiser did, right? That's why everybody hates or dislikes the Bud Light brand right now. Maybe I'm wrong, but these are called Doritos Dynamita stick. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. And these have to be like I don't know what language that would be, honestly. Dinamita. I would say it obviously because I'm used to a Spanish what's the word? A Spanish reference of saying it, just because a lot of these, like, for example, where's the Flamin' Hot doesn't have it, but even a lot of these, you know, chips that they sell here in the United States, they reference a lot of Spanish words. Okay, so I think that does reference the dinamita. I can't, even in Spanish, I'm not even saying it right, I don't think, but honey mustard sticks. We'll see how it goes. Baseline, what up, man? Holy shit. Baseline measure. Member for 11 months. Hope everyone had a good week. So, Baseline, I think you've officially just joined an elite club that just has 2 people in it. I think Roofer is one of them, and I think you're the other. So, I want to say a huge thank you, man, for being part of the, like, pretty much you've been there since the beginning club. And thank you, man, for your support. I remember a lot of conversations we had, and it's always good to see you here, man. So thank you for being here, and thank you for your continued support. You guys know what to do. It's been a while. Actually, as a matter of fact, maybe it'll wake up some of y'all since we kind of fell asleep during the whole State of Union. Actually, you know what? Here's a perfect example why we're going to use a sound effect, okay? I'm down to just this. But because that happens a lot, Baseline. Here we go, bro.
Order in the court.
Thank you for your continued support, my friend. But I've said it before. I need to now, especially with you part of it. We need to now get an official name for the 11th month club. All right. Because you're not even I mean, you've already gone over the trip. You're not even a triple OG, and I'm not going to say, oh, you're a quadruple OG, because one, I don't even know what comes after quadruple. But at this point, you're a fucking trooper, is what I'm going to call it. You know what? There we go. I'm going to call it the Trooper Club. What up, troopers? Hey, but again, thank you so much for your support. So Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I apologize if I've been a little bit slow-winded. Yes, we've been drinking a bit, which has nothing to do with that. It just has to do with the fact that you might have heard a little bit of my opinions tonight, which usually I try not to be too much of an opinionative person because, again, we're a court news channel, so I try to stay neutral as much as I can. But hey, you know what? That's what makes us different. That's what makes YouTube YouTube, because you know what? I can give my opinion if I ever want to, and that's what's great. For sure, the lifers, bro. There we go. What's 11 club in Spanish, Roofer? That would be, so 11, let's just put it this way. So 11 is once and club is clubo. So la clubo once. So you would want to say once clubo, but in Spanish it would be clubo once, which means club 11. Clubo once. So we'll put it up there as a vote. I like that. What up? Welcome to Clubo Once. Roofer's like, no, fuck that. I hate that sound effect. All right, so here goes our court news update. So starting with the top, I got to go with got on my notes now, especially since we drank some. Excuse me. So let's start with Blogger IRL. With Blogger, actually, you know what? Let's start with this. As promised, and I said this earlier, we're going to do a 7th inning stretch. I got to go do number 1. That's for peeing, right? All right, I'll be right back. But in the meantime, go get yourself a drink. Go pee if you need to. But either way, when I come back, we're going to go over our court case updates. It's going to get exciting. I got some stuff to show you. Got a news clip to show you. And then we'll have some fun. And we'll call it a night. But either way, even if you were bored, and again, thank you for staying with me on through that. Let's get into the important stuff, all right? So just excuse me for a few minutes. I'm going to run down to the men's restroom, take a number 1, and I'll be right back. Hello, hello, hello. All right, we ready? Here we go. Thank you, big ups. All right. So, as promised, here we go with our court news update, ladies and gentlemen. So, Blogger IRL. So, if you followed me from the last court update, man, he's a little okay. I don't want to confuse people, but here's my best from not. Last court update, we let you know about he has 2. So, let's start over from this, okay? Let's just start right over. How'd you guys hear it? You guys heard me pee? There's no way you could have. This microphone's not that strong. I had to think about it for that second. I was like, did I have some type of microphone that was on me or something? Oh man, dude. Well, dude, you know what? I haven't even heard about that guy in a while. I don't follow him, so I don't know if he's been on, but usually, sometimes I jump on the IP2 forum and, if he was the hottest thing, you'd see him all over that. And I haven't heard him plastered on. So that's what I was going to say. I didn't hear any Jeopardy music either. I just got on right now. That's why I was like, damn, man, Roofer, you're good. Somehow you were able to play that while I was gone. Good. I'm glad to hear. Well, good, because I know he tried it once and then he was doing all right. Then his chat, I think, ordered him a bottle and then, went to shit. But I'm glad to hear that, As much as I don't agree with anything he's done and in the past, if anybody's willing to change themselves, I'm all for that, man. So let's start off with Blogger IRL. So in the past, we've already discussed this gentleman. Where I'm going with this is he's facing two things. The easiest way is to put it this way. The two cases he's facing, one has to do with probation violations, okay? So that means he already had something that went on. It was some bunch of things that had to do with the domestic violence case. He broke the probation on that, and that's what they consider a probation violation, okay? Then, just recently, over a holiday, he had, some things going on in his own live stream where the fire department came over. Regardless of what happened, he was issued or charged with a reckless burning in the second degree. Okay, so at this point, as far as when we're covering him, we were covering him with the two charges. One was the reckless burn, or excuse me, the probation violation. The other thing was the reckless burning. Okay, so in having to do with the reckless burning, we learned last week that he was given what I've called a deferred sentence. Okay, I won't get into that. I already discussed that last week. What everything's having to do with that. But he was still facing another charge, which had to do with the probation violation. Okay. Again, that has to do with another case that had to do with domestic violence charges that he was given probation. And because he's gotten some other things, or gotten in some other trouble, he's now violated that said probation. So with that being said, he had court on let's see here. That was March 5th. Okay. And that was continued from January the 25th. So on March 5th at 9 a.m., he had his court hearing regarding the probation violation. And it was pretty much a sentencing hearing. Okay. So what that means is, and actually, this is the one I wanted to show you the document on. That's the easiest way to do this. Let's just do this. Let's go here. Yeah, this is the best way. Share this tab instead. And let me bring it up to stage. Okay, cool. And let me try one of my new. Okay, cool. Now I'm not blocking the view there. And let me just do this so I can erase. Okay, cool. Now I'm not blocking the document. So, again, Blogger IRL, in regards to his probation violation, had court on. And then if you guys, well, you can't see it now, but these court dates are on the calendar. That's how I remember these. So with Blogger, we had court on the 5th, which was Thursday. Okay. And this was the result of that. And I'm just going to read this from the top to the bottom. Again, if you are on your phone, let me show you here. Easiest thing you can do, because obviously you can't see it like that. So if you, from vertical, go to horizontal mode. Oops, let me go back here. And you'll be able to see everything that I'm going to read to you. Okay. So here we go. So this was what they considered an order. Well, not considered. This is what they call, as far as the document, a order on show cause. And it starts from the top. Spokane County District Court, State of Washington versus Butterfield Ronald Thomas. All right. The basis and findings. This matter comes before the court on the date indicated below. The state alleges that defendant violated and or failed to comply with conditions of probation, SOC, deferred prosecution. Having considered the evidence, including the records and reports submitted by the probation department, the court finds that, let me scroll down here a bit. And this is all check marked. So what I'm going to read you has been check marked as what the court finds. Check mark, defendant failed to satisfactorily comply with court ordered conditions, to wit, again, check marked, failed to comply with treatment requirements having to do with attendance issues, positive UA for drugs or alcohol. Other, new criminal law violation, reckless burning, dated 12/15 of 2023. So they've also considered the, latest charge he picked up, which had to do with the reckless burning, because that's considered a violation of probation. Therefore, it is ordered that, and this is under Section 2, which is considered order. Therefore, it is ordered that, and this is check marked here, defendant's probation shall be, check marked again, revoked and a sentence imposed as follows: 3 days, 0 suspended, 0 CFTS. And what they've done is this: they've check marked the 3 days jail, but it has been converted to hours of community service. So pretty much what he is now facing is, in addition to the community service he already had picked up, he now has 3 days worth, which is going to be 72 hours of community service that he now, in addition to the previous community service he has to finish before the date of June 11th of 2024. And it reads, failure to do so shall result in serving 3 days in jail. And then check mark says defendant's probation shall be reinstated with the same conditions as originally ordered. So there you go. Let me just jump back to chat. Excuse me. Yeah, roofer or big ups. Exactly. Definitely. I mean, I honestly, I don't even know if this is even considering the other probation violations that he has. And that's something I'll have to, review and get into more. So I'm not going to I don't want to make any allegations or anything, but absolutely. I'll say this, because I did invite, or I attempted to invite Blogger on as a guest, because, that's something this year I wanted to try new. And I think it's just only fair, especially if I'm covering somebody, to allow them, as long as they're allowed on the, YouTube platform, because believe it or not, some of these people I cover have been banned permanently off of YouTube. But let's just assume they're allowed to still be on YouTube. I will definitely now this year give them an opportunity to come up. And it's not saying I didn't give them an opportunity last year. It's just something I just never invited these individuals to come up. Some of these individuals still came into the chat, and I still, as long as they weren't kicked out of YouTube, still gave them a chance to talk. But this year, I am going to start inviting, like I did recently with Tommy James, the individuals that I'm covering to come up and, speak on their behalf. So I do have some questions to Blogger, because in reference, one, to the case having to do with the reckless burning, where he was given a deferred sentence. They've recently, in his notes, according to the docket notes, it almost looks like they've almost discontinued, or that's not even the legal word. It's oh man, I'll remember here in a second. But they almost quashed. That's the word. It's pretty much like they almost quashed his current pretty much probate, like the what is it? I wrote it down here. They pretty much quashed the and I went over this last week, was the conditions that he had to follow, which was, not drinking, not doing drugs, other things like that. So I still need to look into it, but based on what I saw today, and based on the fact that they haven't updated it, I want to say that, yeah, it's what we're reading here is just like you see that, regarding to, the case having to do with the reckless burning, that he was given a deferred sentence, and I still think he was. I'll have to look into that. But as far as in regards to the the probation violation, he is now looking at a bunch of community service, and if he does not do it by that date, he is definitely going to go to jail. And he is, like I was trying to, and I know I was very long-winded in this, but yes, you are very correct in the fact that, and they even dismissed, yeah, you saw that, some of his fucking, or no, that's not what you said, but they dismissed some of his fine. I didn't even show that. I thought that's what you're saying when I saw he doesn't pay, but it says who said crime doesn't pay. But he got off easy is all I'm trying to say. And I tried to give him the opportunity, which I'm not saying he didn't take it, but I did reach out to him on Instagram to see if he wanted to come up tonight, and I never heard back. So again, blogger, if you're listening or you catch this on a replay, I definitely would love to have you come up and speak on your behalf and just clarify what's going on. Maybe you don't even have these conditions you have to follow now. And if that's the case, let us know. Based on what I saw, it looks like he still has to follow the conditions, which it appears he's still breaking, which I have nothing against the dude. I don't know the guy, but I'm telling you, man, if he's doing this shit on live stream, he's going to get himself, he's literally just framing his own self, which I think based on what this channel has exposed to a lot of these live streamers that get in trouble, that seems to be the biggest piece of evidence the prosecution always has when they're prosecuting these people is their own live stream. So anyways, that has to do with our follow-up on Blogger. Let's see here. So we had the sentence complying hearing. So again, his sentence complying hearing was March 5th at 9 a.m. That was continued from January 25th. And then what they went ahead and did was go ahead and instead of giving him 3 days jail time, they went ahead and just gave him 72 hours or added 72 hours of community service to the already community service he has. So very lucky. So hopefully he doesn't fuck that up. All right, moving on to Tommy James. So Tommy James, let me show you what I have with him. Let's see here. Share this tab. Make sure you guys can see this. Let me get back in chat too. All right. So with Tommy James, and like I said before on our last update, man, that guy is just and again, I'm not saying this isn't a serious case at all or not. It's just this case has been fucking continued so much. It's just insane because those are wasted resources every time they do that. And that's what bugs me. But I'm not saying, and that's not Tommy James's fault. But in regards to what happened today, let's see, go to my notes. Tommy James had a pre-trial hearing scheduled on March 4th at 1:30 p.m. Okay, so that was this last week. And here's what happened. They went ahead and rescheduled that hearing for the 18th of this month. So his next hearing is going to be March 18th at 1:30 p.m. And what happened is this. I can't speak on his behalf, but based on what I'm showing here, let me just jump over to my notes. Based on the scheduling order, it looks like they went ahead and scheduled him for a jury trial. The only thing was, it appears that he couldn't sign for any of his paperwork because it looks like he was not present because he was sick. Okay. So Tommy, I hope you get better. And it looks like, again, he's scheduled for a pretrial hearing on March 19th of 2024. If you're interested more as to what is, going on with his case, I've already covered this, and you can go into the NJ Courts. I think there's a search box now that you can access, and you can just type in, Tommy James, and you'll be prompted to all the videos that I've done as far as covering this case. Now, the last time we covered this case, second to last time we covered this case, Tommy James actually came up on our panel and discussed a little bit what was going on. At that time, he was saying something about he was open or thinking they were going to just dismiss the whole case for the fact that, Blogger, who in this case is the victim, had gotten in some trouble. But again, I can't speak for anybody in this case. It looks like at this point they're scheduling it for a jury trial, which I know he had said at that point he didn't want to really go to. But I think, and I have to replay it, I think he said if it goes to, it goes to it. So I'll have to bring that back up again. But it does appear that he is scheduled for a next hearing at March 19th at 1:30, followed by a jury trial or trial-ready hearing on April 24th, and then jury trial starting on, excuse me, let me just bring these back up again. Don't do that. Here we go. Yeah, so pretrial hearing March 18th at 1:30 p.m. It's trial status hearing on April 24th at 10:30 a.m. and then jury trial starting on May 15th, 1:30 p.m. All right, so that concludes our Tommy James case update. And let's move on over to our last court case update here. Sick of court, dude. I would be totally. I'd have to go in there and count. Let's see if I can do it now. Hold on. Let's just for shits and giggles. Let's see here for Tommy James. Tommy James has been ridiculous, man. Let's see here. Let me share this tab so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But here we go. On Tommy James, we've got. Let's see here. So starting this has been going on since May 17th of 2023. So come May of this year, you're going to be going on a 1-year anniversary. And it doesn't even feel like that. But yeah. The pretrial hearing originally started on May 17th of 2023. And let's see here, once it got into his December 19th hearing, that one was not held. It was continued. Then he was rescheduled for January the 25th. That one was not held, and that one was rescheduled. And then he was scheduled for this month, March 5th. At 2020 or at 9 a.m., not 2024. And in this case, again, he probably was still able to, communicate through his attorney. But as far as physically being there to sign any paperwork, it appears that he wasn't. So, yeah, that's definitely been a big process for, again, his charge is going to be, what did we say? We're looking at criminal trespass in the second degree, as well as a malicious mischief charge, which are both misdemeanor charges. All right, so going down the stretch here, ladies and gentlemen. Again, thank you guys for your patience. I know, let's see here, 9:25 my time. It's about, almost midnight to my friends in New York. So we've got one last person to cover. This is going to be EBZ, and it'll be really quick and simple because here's what happened. And unbeknownst to me, what's really strange is they don't show you that they made a correction or rescheduled his date. But with EBZ, what happened today is he was scheduled, and as you can see, let me start with this first, actually. Let me move this out of the way. So let me show you on the court calendar. So on EBZ, last time we had checked on his court date, let me show you what we had listed on the calendar. All right. And it says he had actually, I don't know if I can make this portable. Hold on. Let me turn around here. So EBZ had a court date that was scheduled for today originally, which was Thursday, March the 7th, and it was scheduled at 8:30 a.m. as a pretrial hearing. Okay, we know that for a fact. One, you can go back to my last court update and see where I showed a screenshot of his docket information, and you can see that court date. But now, when you go to said same, website to check up on his docket information, it reads this. And I'm going to share this tab right now with you. Let me bring it up to the stage. There it is. And again, if you're on your phone, just go from vertical to horizontal mode, and you'll be able to read this just as I'm reading it out to you. But again, this just is docket information sheet. If you go down to the bottom, it shows you what his schedule is. And now what was scheduled for today as a pretrial hearing has now been rescheduled for April the 10th as a pretrial conference at 9:15 a.m. So I was actually, and I'll just say it right now, what's really cool, and shout out the city of Austin, for the most part, most of their, actually, let me get this out of the way. Most of their, what is it? I guess you would call, most of their court judges actually show their hearings through YouTube. Okay. So I was on today looking to see if I could share with you EBZ's hearing live. And unfortunately, because they rescheduled it, it didn't come on. And I didn't know that till afterwards when I saw that it didn't come on. I checked to be like, did I just miss these? Did I just get the date wrong? And then I saw they rescheduled it. But assuming that it's going to go on the date that they rescheduled it for, which actually, let's make that change right now on the calendar, because then I'm going to forget. So this is now going to, oh no, it's going to April. So we can't do that calendar change yet. But in April, we'll put it on as April 10th. But that date, assuming that it happens and it hasn't been changed, we should be able to watch that live through their own YouTube channel, not a Zoom channel, not a Microsoft Teams channel. They actually post all their court hearings through YouTube. So shout out to them for being, doing that and allowing the public to access that and being transparent. That was the word I was trying to look for. Big ups. Well, I don't know if you knew this, but I actually had, I think I showed it live. If I didn't show it, I'll have to go back, but don't quote me if I'm wrong. And maybe I'll put it this way. If I didn't do it live, I showed it right afterwards, but I'm the channel that was responsible for putting his bond hearing up on the internet, on the YouTubes, okay? But I'm not sure. I watched it live, but I'm pretty sure I think I screen recorded it. As much as I would have liked to showed it live, it was like super early in the morning, so that's why I didn't do it. But I did feature that. Yeah, no. I mean, at this point, he has no say because it's on their YouTube channel. So, like I said, it's not a Microsoft Teams thing. It's not a, Zoom thing. It's on their channel already. So, all right. So that concludes my court update. Not done yet. That concludes as far as our streamers, or not. Well, some of them are streamers. Some of them, I don't even know what you want to call them. But people that are on YouTube that we're following that have gotten in trouble. That concludes our updates on them for now. Those are people that had court hearings last week that I've updated you on. Now, for this month, let's take a look at the calendar. Today is the 7th, right? Yep. That is a Thursday. We're going to be coming into the weekend. And on Monday, we actually do have a hearing. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that'll be something I'll definitely get. Well, not on Monday, but come that Wednesday, I will be giving, unless there's some breaking news to break, it looks like Jimmy the Christian will be having his hearing that Monday at 9:30 a.m. And that is the day that he is now facing 21 counts of possession of pornography, as well as, and those are 21 felony counts, as well as a count of lewd or lascivious exhibition, which is also a felony count. So that is going to be going down on March the 11th at 9:30 a.m. And I'll definitely get you an update on that. All right, let me just plug. I think I just. Oh, am I still in? Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Thought I disconnected myself from my sound effect board. Sorry. Getting all into the microphone. All right. Give me 1 second. Let me just tighten this up so that I'm not. I'm telling you, I'm all happy that I figured I'm on a $15 mic. I don't think it sounds too bad. And believe it or not, this is the same HD mic that has brought you all our live in-person court coverage, starting from our first hearing, which was the Controlla court hearing, which is Speaker Controlla. It looks like Big Up says, actually, let's start this. Let's post this up here. Oh my God, you know who is blocked? Oh, wait, excuse me. Oh my God, you know who is back to threatening and calling everyone N-words and begging for cash apps or he'll kill himself? Big Ups. I think I know who you're talking about. And you know what? Well, I think we actually have a clip on that. But if not, I don't have it ready, but we'll look for one. But in the meantime, you just reminded me. Let's move into our next segment. Ready? Called, hold on. World Court News Update, brought to you by the NJ Court TV channel. In today's World Court News Update. Let me come back up here. Actually, let's do this one. Here we go. Actually, you know what? I think this one. Oh, wait, that's not good. All right, there we go. Wait, no, I don't like that one. How about this one? There we go. That's not too bad. All right. In today's World Court News Update, I'm just going to play it. All right. Now, again, from last week's News Court Update, as far as the World Court News Update, I said, if you guys are interested, follow up on what I showed you guys, which had to do with the Hannah Gutierrez negligent murder charge that she was facing, which if some of you don't know who that is, that it was the armor that was responsible on the stage of the Rust movie, which is the movie that's now been put in the, as far as, court news world out there, because it has to do with Alec Baldwin and the fact that somebody was shot and killed on his set. So this was the last week, as a matter of fact, of the hearing having to do with Hannah Gutierrez, the armorer of that case. And this is exactly what happened. I'm going to give you the short version. That way, like I said, I could prolong this a bit, but really it's not anything to have to do with our channel, but it is something that is important as far as World Court News Update. And maybe something that you're interested in, because guess what? They're going to be starting here very soon, the Alec Baldwin portion of these hearings. So, all right, let me just get that popped up here. Give me just 1 second. Let me get it up here. Add to stage. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here's your World News Court Update.
The armorer on the set of the Alec Baldwin movie Rust, in which a cinematographer was shot dead in 2021, has been convicted of involuntary manslaughter. A New Mexico jury found Hannah Gutierrez-Reed guilty of the death of Helena Hutchins. Our West Coast correspondent Emma Vardy reports from Los Angeles.
This was the scene on a ranch in New Mexico after a rehearsal for the Western movie Rust went terribly wrong.
Alec Baldwin was the actor on set that pulled the trigger. Alec Baldwin? Yes, sir. Where's he at?
A talented cinematographer, Helena Hutchins, had been shot dead after the gun Alec Baldwin was rehearsing with fired a live round. The prosecution said the armorer on set, Hannah Gutierrez-Reed, had mixed up dummy rounds meant to look like the real thing with live rounds that belonged to her personally, and that other live bullets had been found dotted around the set. They argued Hannah Gutierrez didn't carry out the right safety checks that would have detected the fact a live bullet had been mistakenly loaded into the gun. After just a few hours of deliberation, a jury found her guilty of involuntary manslaughter.
We find the defendant, Hannah Gutierrez, guilty of involuntary manslaughter as charged in count 1.
What happened here at the Bonanza Creek Ranch has now changed the approach to gun safety in the movie industry to try to make sure such a tragedy never happens again. While real guns are still used, increasingly directors are opting for digital effects in post-production to simulate gunfire.
Were you in the room when someone was shot?
Holding the gun, yeah.
Okay.
Alec Baldwin is due to stand trial in July, also accused of involuntary manslaughter. He claims he never pulled the trigger, but prosecutors will argue he too did not follow basic safety rules when handling the weapon. Emma Vardy, BBC News, New Mexico.
I don't know what they call that loop that goes around, that metal loop that goes around the trigger. Mm-hmm. But whatever that is, take your finger out off the trigger and guide it outside for safety purposes. You would know.
That concludes our World Court News Update. And again, reason this was really important to me was, let me just take this off of here, was this one happened in my state, which is New Mexico, which I currently reside in. Secondly, man, if you actually are following this trial, or, you can catch the replay, I recommend a Court News. They've started since day one. It was just a shit show. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that happened. Although Alec Baldwin was legitimately the last person that was responsible for pointing that gun at the individual that was murdered. And I think if anything, he should, if anyone, be accountable for that. In my opinion, it is a responsibility of the armorer, which was Hannah Gutierrez, to have handed him a safe, or what was, in what they call the movie terms, a cold gun, which, regardless of how that was handed to him or not, the fact that that gun was chambered with a live round is where the negligence comes from. And there's all sorts of crazy, allegations coming from this, whether, somebody was trying to purposely get her in trouble and set her up by putting a live round, without the intentions of having anybody killed, of course, just with the intentions of her getting caught with it. But at this point, who knows? I mean, it's just a sad tragedy. And there's a lot of people that are responsible. I mean, on top of Baldwin, and I think, in my opinion, she should have had a little bit of some responsibility to it, which I think in her case, I think she's facing at the most about a year or two in jail. That's the maximum, which I think is fair enough for her responsibility. But ultimately, I think the production company is responsible for a lot of this, for the fact that they hired a very unexperienced armorer onto a set. Even though it was like a C-rated movie, it was going to be a movie that required a lot of guns and a lot of shooting. They should have had somebody that was experienced. And when you follow the trial, which has not, this again has nothing to do with it, but you find out that this girl, the armorer Hannah Gutierrez, was actually the daughter of a very famous armorer, the equivalent like of a Hollywood star, as an armor. And that was kind of like a name drop she was dropping and why she got put on this type of set. But ultimately, as they brought on a professional armorer, like they said, once nobody was, making her take that position. And once you take that position, you take on that responsibility for providing the safety of everybody on set when it comes to do with firearms. Okay. And those people, you got to think this, they don't know her background. They just figure, it could go down to just even the person on set that's handing out water bottles. Okay. You just figure, this person handling the weapons, obviously, if Hollywood hired her, it's got to be a professional. And I trust her. And in this case, it wasn't. So there's just so much that happened. And it's sad that somebody lost their life from this. But I hope that because of this, something happens that is going to ensure that this never happens again. And that person, not Hannah, as a matter of fact, I'm trying to remember her name, and I'll butcher it, so I'm not even going to try. But that victim his name doesn't go in vain. And you know what, big ups, when you actually watch the evidence that they brought, the prosecution had brought on in this case with Hannah, you see they brought up showing that the fact that she never, that one, in the production, even before this happened, this shooting, in other in other shots where they're involved, the firearm and, you know, Alec Baldwin and Hannah, there was a part, and I don't know if you've seen this, but they show you where Alec Baldwin's rushing. He literally, he shoots the firearm, and then he's like, load, I need you guys to load it. Hurry up, hurry, hurry, hurry. He's rushing the armors or whoever's in charge of loading the firearm to load the firearm. And when they asked the professional about that, he said that that would never be something they would do. So it showed that, you know, Alec Baldwin had already shown a lot of negligence prior to that happening, that incident. And that kind of speaks on the behalf that I think is why they hired her. It's not her specifically, but somebody that's unexperienced, you know what I mean, to work with a guy like that, right? Because think about it. If you've got somebody that's, you know, you want somebody, especially if you know that's like an actor that's always very, always is very, you know, just somebody needing, it's very, always very conflictive. And I think that's a word I made up. You're not going to pair them up with somebody that's experienced, right? Because if you had an experienced armor, they would have right away said, yo, come here. And that's what the guy said. He said, I'm not going to embarrass an A-list actor, you know, but I'm going to take him to the side and I'm going to say, hey, you know what? You can't be doing that. And here's what you can do. You know what I mean? To correct the situation. I think they purposely brought on a inexperienced armor, knowing that that was going to be the, especially on a shoot 'em up movie, that was going to be, you know, the only type of person that would actually be able to work with the type of production style that Alec Baldwin runs, which in this case showed a lot of negligence. I'm not too sure, Judy, what his last movie is. I mean, movie-wise, I'm not sure. I know he's starred in a lot of, you know, TV series, but not sure movie. But a lot of people were saying that big ups is after now the fact that they found her guilty, that it's not going to help in his case. So, all right. Well, that concludes our World News Court update. That was fun to chat about that. Thank you guys for chatting with me on that. So, moving on, let me check my schedule here. Not schedule, my itinerary. Oh, we already talked about, did we talk about EBZ, right? That he was rescheduled. Roofer, I might need help on this. I think the buzzball's hitting me. Did I already discuss EBZ? Okay, I figured I did. Just wanted to make sure. All right, so that concludes our update. The last thing I want to end with, which I don't know if a lot of you have actually had the time to see, but if not, I want to thank everybody that has helped support this channel, because I'll tell you what, this channel and this individual has been nothing but a homie since the beginning, man. And 100% support this channel. That is Stoner Scribe. And if you have not checked it out, we're going to see it. We're going to watch it together. Is the latest and newest Stoner Scribe parody. And I'm going to end tonight's episode with that. So if you guys want to hang out with me and watch that, we're going to chill and check it out. And then I'm going to say, c'est la vie, c'est la va. Goodbye to my friends till the next episode. Unless you want to try some karaoke. Actually, we might even bring it back to the old school. Let's start with, let's just, I need some comedy right now. We need a comedy break. So give me 1 second. Let me get this queued up. And again, thank you everybody for joining me tonight on your Thursday evening NJ Court News Special. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I present to you my friend, my buddy, Stoner Scribe, and his newest parody, Michelle Live's Evil Plan.
If you like what you see today, consider donating down below. Every little bit helps the channel grow. Thank you so much. Enjoy.
Jiminy Christmas. Why the fuck are my views so low? I only got like 30 viewers last stream.
Boy, what the hell are you pouting about now?
My views are fucking low. I thought that everybody would be shitting a brick to see that ski mask Andy is out of prison, but nobody gives a fuck. Nobody fucking cares. I think my channel's dying. Can't really spend a lot of time on activities that don't benefit or profit or allow you to prosper in some way.
Finally, for once you're thinking with your brain. Maybe you can finally pick up that application for the McDonald's and make you some damn money.
I'm not gonna make no fucking money from no fucking McDonald's.
You ain't making shit, making yourself look like a stupid fucking idiot on a computer.
I'm gonna see what that stupid fucking leech Landon's got to say about it.
What's up, you piece of shit?
Hello, Landon, you leeching fucking thief with no content except for me.
And to what do I owe this dubious pleasure?
Landon, I bring you on my phone in the hopes that maybe you can take a break from being a gremlin, like menacing in my chat, harassing away my viewers, running off my supporters, probably sipping on a disgusting looking beverage, one slobbery little sip at a time to help me with a little problem. My views are fucking low right now, Landon.
Oh, I've noticed.
The numbers are plummeting, Landon.
We need to brainstorm something. The Toad Army needs to get together. The ratings are low.
I've been running the numbers and it's not looking good.
Well, it's been this bad before, but you always manage to come back somehow. We need to integrate ourselves into a new community here. Michelle 2.0.
You're saying I need to bring Michelle back on?
What? No, I'm saying that you need another wine mommy to come over to get you some views.
Wine mom? Wine mommies? What the fuck are you talking about, Landon? Wine mommies. You're fucking insulting. Fuck you, loser. I'm gonna go call Michelle.
And it's not like it's my fault that I crashed my Jeep. That was because a deer jumped in front of it. I didn't have anything to do with that. Oh, Ski's calling me. Hello, hi, Ski.
What's up, Michelle?
Ski, I can't believe you called me.
Yeah, I was hoping that maybe you want to go live later.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, my views have been fucking shit, Michelle. I hate my life.
I was actually hoping that maybe you'd like to drop by my house sometime.
Come over to your house? I don't know, Michelle. Let me see what my viewers want. I'll talk to you later.
Oh my God, I'd like to get Ski over to my house so much. I've always dreamt about having Ski over to my house. And Bombshell is so ugly and fat too. She's so ugly and fat. Am I muted?
Yeah, the mic is on, Michelle.
I better check out our romantic dinner, Ski.
You know, Michelle, I am hungry as fuck, and I know that romantic dinner that you're cooking is going to be the best tasting, least disgusting food that I have ever tasted in my life. Oh, by the way, you want to let me take you on a drive in the Cadillac?
Oh, I would love that so much, Ski.
You want to know what else you love, Michelle?
What?
The 8 inches of incredible hanging between my legs. You want to find out what that feels like, Michelle?
Oh, Ski. I thought you'd never ask. I'm ready for you, baby.
Hey, Michelle, is this that sexy-ass man you were telling me about?
Oh, that's my gay friend that just came out of the closet recently.
Your gay friend?
That's right.
He wants you to make him your submissive, Ski. He's ready to give you $500 and an ounce of weed.
Michelle has told me everything about you, Ski, and I've been jacking off to you every single night.
You don't have to threaten me with a good time, Michelle. Yo, get in this fuck puddle.
Your wish is my command, Toad Commander.
Oh, Ski! Oh, Ski! Oh, yes, Ski! More Ski! Yes, it's deep inside me, Ski! Oh, yes! Am I still live? Was I muted? Fuck.
Sounds like I'm finally gonna get some views on my channel. Can't fucking wait.
We got fire, and then we got.
That was too funny. That is hilarious. Y'all give a round of applause to Stoner Stoner Scribe, man. Killed it. He literally sounds just like Michelle. I am so sorry, but you close your eyes. You got it. Stoner Scribe, you're scaring me as you go along, man. You literally sound just like everybody you're fucking imitating. It is hilarious. Good job. Continue it on. And I look forward to the next parody. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not checked out my buddy Stoner Scribe is, well, I was going to say website, but channel. Here is the link. Give me 1 second. Going to give you to the link to the, excuse me. Let's go back here. Give you the link.
Christmas. Why the fuck are my views so low?
Video, but
I only got like 30 viewers last stream.
You can check out all the other parodies he has, so please.
My views are fucking low. I thought that everybody would be shitting a brick to see that ski mask Andy is out of prison, but nobody gives a fuck. Nobody fucking cares. I think my channel's dying. Can't really spend a lot of time on activity.
That. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I had one more thing I wanted to share with you guys before we call it a night. Hold on. Did I kick I must have like punched my laptop or moved it or oh, everybody said check out Ski Mask. Is Ski Mask live? Do you guys want to do like a little nostalgic moment? Maybe we'll call it like a little part of the NJ Courts, another segment. We'll call it Nostalgia. But back in the days when we used to get bored, and you know what's funny is we used to do this when like it started, like, you know, whatever I was talking about. I'm talking back in the days. All right, like I was still a clip channel. This was even a court news channel. It was a clip channel, but I'd already introduced myself to Ski Mask's audience and everybody else. So what I used to do back in the days was this. You know, we used to bring up a live stream like this and talk about Ski Mask's latest news and this and that. But occasionally he'd be live at the same time I was. And bringing you back to what we would do was this. We'd go ahead and do this. I'd be like, what? Ski's on live? All right, let's see what he's talking about. Because back in those days, he was just talking about me. But let's see what he has to say. I'm curious. It's been a while. And I'm also a little buzzed. So let's see. Jesus, I got so many windows up. Hold on. All right, so that's where I'm at. So I need to go here, and I just got to go to a YouTube channel. All right, so we'll put Ski Mask. You guys are watching me right now. We're going to do this together. Ski Mask Andy live. Oh, I don't input live. All right, so that's him right there, right? And we go live. Oh, he is live. You guys see that? Oh, wait, you're not on there. Hold on. Add a stage. There we go. Let me see if I can move my little ugly ass out of here. I had one of these things where it's like that. Okay, that's just him right there. So you guys can hear me, but you can't see me. Okay, let's go. So here he is. Ready? So it reads, no days/nights. Hold on, let me turn down him because then you won't hear me. So his channel right now, or his I don't even know what you'd call it. I guess it's live stream. There you go. Would be, it's not even a live stream. No days/nights off. I don't get tired. I'm possessed by demons or maybe aliens. The fuck? All right. Weird. We've already seen that before. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, hey, dude, how can you not come up with something just like different? You know, like just try something different. I mean, honestly, that guy would be banking if you would just do, honestly, if he would go even on a walk around the block, that would be different enough where he'd get donations. But so anyways, let's see what he has to say. Here we go. Maybe he's already talking. I think he is. Ski, are you there? Oh, wait, hold on. Now I got his volume up. We used to argue back and forth. This is how we used to do it back in the day. Let's see if we can do it. It's been a while. Let's see if we can get him. He has to be watching me. So you think he's watching me? You guys hit him in chat. Let him know NJ Courts is watching him right now. Let's go back to the old days. I'm gonna do this for like a minute. That's it. And then I'm over. I'm just
kidding. You gotta get what you're looking for.
That's the thing. He's been doing the same thing. And at this point, I'll tell you this. Hold on.
I hate to kill myself to get to that point.
I mean, he's literally better off. He would make more money just holding a sign at a corner at this point, okay? And he's so lazy, he won't even do that. That's why he just wants to sit there and expects people to give him money so he can continue to just smoke weed and do nothing. That's
what is the point of saying wow?
But unfortunately, and he's just down to a hand, like not even a handful, like a trickle full of just some people that'll give him $5, $10, and that's all he needs, man. He's on that like 1 blunt a day fucking diet. So
$1.
It's on commentary mode. All right, let's make sure you guys can hear.
I'll type in the chat, dumb niggers, or I'll just turn the chat back off. I'm tired of seeing the fucking one word wow just dead to you.
Here you go.
Is this over with? Did I get a strike or something and I'm not aware of it?
For Amber HHHH, I agree with you a little bit on that. I think there needs to be a little bit of stipulation, though.
I'm on live commentary.
What type of felony they got?
Who's the fucking moderator that keep putting that on the mode? Huh? Which one of you fucking smarty pants keep putting it in a live commentary mode? Who the fuck said to do that? That is a moderator.
Hello and welcome.
Is that me that's doing it? How the fuck does it keep going on the live commentary mode? Fucking idiot moderator, whoever that is.
Oh, here we go, man.
Which one of you fucking dumbasses that hasn't typed in chat?
Just a bit. I told
Switching
you this wouldn't get into the banner.
Whatever, dude. No wonder. Here I am ranting to myself. Got $1 fucking dollar. Oh man, where's my fucking knife?
This is just like back before. I feel like we're watching that movie. What is it called with hold on. The one where the guy wakes up on an alarm and it's the same thing. Groundhog Day. Thank you, big ups. Literally. I mean, man, come with something new, dude. This guy literally, the way he works is
like the fucking video dumb cunts.
Just get his drugs every day.
Why would I don't like the video.
Around? All he has to do is something
might as well not like the video.
What he's doing now, and he'll be fine.
Fucking lame faggots.
But he's that late. You know what it is? He's not lazy. Remember, we've watched this guy go to parks and do all that. We know he's not lazy. The thing is, which I've been preaching for over a year now, and I'm not going to get into it, is this guy has done a lot of bad shit, okay, in his town, and he owes a lot of people a lot of bad shit, and that's why he's afraid to walk around, okay? I mean, he knows it. Literally, all he has to do is just do anything different than what he's doing now, okay? They're literally begging him. Like, I think that big Vegas dude's like, please go over and feed the ducks, man. Feed the ducks, man. He won't even feed the ducks. He's so scared to leave his fucking house. That's it. That's what it comes down to. That's all it comes down to, is he's afraid because he fucked over a lot of people. And it's rightfully so. This guy's been literally spending his whole life fucking people over, ripping people off. I mean, think about it this way. You see how he rips off his viewers, right? You don't think he's ripped off a bunch of his drug dealers and shit? Absolutely. That's why he's running, man. Shit has nothing. He don't care about the law. He just cares about getting fucking you know what by you know who. That's all. But anyways, I'll keep shut. Let's continue on.
Stupid fucking idiot.
Yeah, that's the thing, man.
What's the fucking point, bitch?
They told him big ups. Are you watching, Ski Mask? Man. Do you want to like rip off my clothes, man? You guys remember that shit? No joke. I'm gonna mute him really quick. I got to, man. I'm sorry, but Ski Mask back in the day, he was on a live stream. You all know, you guys. I mean, if you know, you know. If you don't know, I mean, if you like Ski Mask, you're never gonna admit to it. And even those people that do like him, that know, they still know. They're not gonna deny it. But Ski Mask is a bisexual, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I don't know why he doesn't like, you know. And the funny thing is he'll sit there and deny it. Not only deny it, he talks a lot of shit about those people. Like Ski Mask, literally, no joke, and I'm not kidding you. Ski Mask enjoys sucking dick. He enjoys it. I mean, I don't know how people, I don't know what they do other than that to, you know, as far as intercourse, and I don't want to know. Again, I'm not being offensive. I'm not interested in that. But Ski Mask was. I mean, he was already, it was already proved that. And the thing is like, I don't know why he's so offensive to people about that. It's just disgusting. And then he plays this game like, you know, like right now, you know, like, oh, I don't care. You know, no, he does. He likes guys, man. That's it. You know, and honestly, I think Ski Mask has a crush on me. Where I was going with this is, if you guys ever heard, one time he was trying to talk shit, and this is how he did it. He's like, I fucking hate NJ Courts. I'm gonna, one of these days, if I ever see NJ Courts, I'm gonna come up to you, NJ Courts. I'm gonna fucking rip off your fucking clothes. I'm gonna fucking. And then he stopped and he's like, wait, did I just say I rip? And I'm like, wait. And even when I listened to it, took me 3 times, not even listening to that, him saying that. I was just going through, you know, editing the video. And I'm like, hold on. Did he just say what he said he was? And that's the truth. Like, if you've known Ski Mask since he's been live, nobody's going to deny it. And I don't know why he does, man. Honestly, that motherfucker would probably do a lot better just telling the truth. He is. And honestly, I think he likes me. And Ski Mask, if you're watching, dude, I don't like you, but get help, man. Like, I'm not a hater. I just get help, dude. Like, don't fucking put your parents through that shit, dude. That's it, man. And your kid, you have a kid, bro. Like, fuck. There's people that, like, they would love to have a child. They go through just, I mean, it's just insane. And I'm not going to start this talk, but that's what I'm saying, man. Like, but realistically, that guy, he, and that's what I'm saying. I don't have any interest in you, Ski, but I'll help you, bro. Like, if you need help, I'm not a dick, man. Like, I'm really a person that would really, I mean, I befriended his family, and that's what like got to me. Like, cause I'm like, you know, like, fuck, this is fucked up, the shit he does to them, man. And like, honestly, I think it's just a matter that the guy's never had a real friend for like 20 plus years. You know, he's never had human interaction, and that's all he needs. He just needs somebody. He just needs a role model. The guy just needs somebody that he won't fuck with for 2 weeks. And what I mean fuck with is just like, don't act all crazy, because a real role model, they'll just knock you, bro. Like, they're not going to take that shit. But if you're willing to just like literally listen to somebody that's willing to be like, bro, let me show you how to get out of your shit, be a better man, how to take care of your family, you can do good and you'll be successful. But the guy will not do that, man. That's it. His whole thing is he lives on this whole thing of like, I'm still the 2001 Ski Mask Andy, you know, like, it's like, you're not, dude. You're not even close to that. And honestly, just at this point, he just wants drug money. And that's the thing. You need somebody to just tell him, bro, you don't need drug money, man. That's it. Just get a job and you can get cool shit without. And if anything, weed's not a drug. Just grow your own fucking weed. Why are you paying all this stupid money for weed when you can grow it? It's crazy. But for those that know, it's not that it. I mean, he looks better now. I think he's staying off of this shit, and I hope he is. But, I mean, he's just hurting himself, man. Just go dude, you're 41, whatever fucking old you are. Just go get a fucking job, man. Like, no joke, dude. Just stop with it. God damn. But anyways, not my shit. I don't care, but it's just bringing it back old school. Let's do it. All right, y'all. Let me see where I'm at here on the old. Let's see. What is he talking about? Is he been that quiet? We've been listening the whole time. He hasn't said shit. Oh, wait, hold on. I had him muted. Ski, are you there? Is he listening to me? Yeah, he is. I heard you laugh. You're laughing. Yo, would you do an interview with me? Straight up.
I don't take it that serious. I was trying to ham it up for the camera. I don't give a fuck about y'all.
I know you're listening,
Ham it
Ski.
up for the camera, but I don't give a fuck about y'all.
And I'm not going to help you. What up, Sapito? I'm just willing to just put your shit out there, man. But you need help, bro. Why don't you just show, why don't you document your help, man?
Bitch. You got any little kids that these aliens gonna rape?
All right, never mind. Let's take him off. He's talking about the R word in kids. See what I'm talking? Dude, this shit. All right. Well, we gave you a chance, man. And that's what I'm talking about. That's the end of his career right there. Well, he never had a career. I'm just saying, if that's what the fuck you expect. And here's the thing, too. Anybody that donates money to that shit, that's what you support, man, shame on you. And I've said in the past, and I don't care. But god damn, man, that shit's just like, that's it. That's there's no difference from him doing what you see people out on the street holding signs asking for help. The only thing is those people are actually putting more effort into it than he is, you know? And then this guy expects to have people give him money and talk about kids that way. That's what I'm saying. Fuck that. I mean, that's why I wouldn't even help the guy now. You know what I mean? Like, I was willing to help maybe somebody that's in trouble or needs, you know what I mean, stuck in the drugs and all that shit. But minute you go into that shit, nah, I don't have no interest in you. And people who go there and say, oh, he's not you know what? He's not yeah, all right. Remember, this guy literally has a fucking child.
And two people know to shut the fuck up when I tell them to, don't they? Shut the fuck up, bitch.
Oh, he's still alive. I think he's answering me. Are you on?
Shut the fuck up.
Are we doing this like back in the days?
Now, if we get a fucking moderator to come in here, I'll let them put the
What
chat
up, Tina? You thought no offense at all.
upper echelon
And honestly, I'm not. I'll straight up tell you, I'm not. If I was, I'll tell you.
Hellcat, Elizabeth.
It's no offense at all.
City Girl, Hellcat, Elizabeth,
If anything,
Monica,
Ski Mask used to
Girl,
say I had kids and I was married.
If by some stroke of luck they come in the stream, they can turn the chat back on.
Oh, he's doing the old turn the chat back on scheme.
Valueless and mean nothing to me.
Ski Mask, are you there?
I don't have any friends no more.
Ski Mask.
If I ever had any to begin with, no.
Hold on, let's see if we can get him.
Ghosted him one day, one afternoon rather. I don't do well with getting ghosted.
That's the cricket sound effect.
It happens too.
How about, oh, this one's perfect for Ski. Hold on. Let me wait for him to give an excuse. Hold on. I know. Bailey! No! I don't know if you heard the stuff that he used to say about Bailey. It's so sad. But like I said, teach their own, man.
Where's Milltown to support the stream?
Ski, can you hear me?
She is always looking out for me. I'll be hating you fucking just kind of just annoying me.
Ski.
I'm wobbling.
Ski, are you there? Exactly. Way S Street. Hold on. Way Street. You got me fucked up. I can't say your name. Way Street Zero Lie Elf. Well, let's just put it this way. You guys heard him earlier, right? He was supposedly like looking for money because I think his title was I need money to get back home from buying my weed. And somebody finally, like, you know, so he was begging for it. And then somebody finally gave it to him. And then what was funny is when they gave it to him, all of a sudden his stream, which was working fine, just started like failing, you know? And I'm like, come on, guys, like you can't tell this, you know? And then all of a sudden it's like, hey guys, I don't know what's going on. And then gone. And I'm like, all right, so simple as this. And this is the thing I don't understand. Listen, y'all. And if you're listening, let me give you like a hint. Okay. Don't give it to him right away. Make him do a bunch of things, then give him your money. Then he goes to get the drugs. So if you want him to do a bunch of stuff, don't give him all the money to get his drugs. Once you do that, he's done. Okay. What up, Yoda? You can type here. What up, Dreaminology? What up, Sapito? I still haven't muted him. Hold on, did I? Oh, okay, he is. Hold on, let's see what he says. Hold on, sorry, guys. I can give him $1. Don't is he? Hold on, let me ask you guys this: is he taking the cash apps right now or not? I think I can give him a cash app. Ski, are you there? Ski Mask, come in. Ski Mask, come in. Can you get? You can give a penny. What up, Moho? Long time no see. Here we go. You can. I'll show you right now because he'll read it. Watch, he'll read it. He'll get all. He'll get it. So watch this. So here's my experiment. So to show you that you can give a penny in Cash App, I'm gonna give Ski Mask a penny. He's gonna read it, and just so you know, I'm about to give it to him now. Okay.
Is it safe to stop by?
For big ups, I will. I'll do a big up shout out. Here we go. Hold on. Pay. So I got to do. Oh, it's $1. I'm sorry, $1 minimum. $1 minimum. Okay, so we're gonna do $1. And God, man, you guys are making me go back to the old days. It's all right. Let's have a nostalgia night. It's been a while.
Don't know what we're doing.
All right, send money. All right, hold on.
I went to jail.
Hold on.
Got out of my jail. Dead.
Oh, you definitely are. Big up. I just want to make sure I send it to the right
fucking mentioning him.
Because there's a lot of
mentioned him first
now.
Can I get him out of here?
Pay. Here we go. All right, so got $1. There's the minimum. Pay. All right, here we go. All right, I got it now.
I'm trying to talk to Paige. Anybody else that likes me?
Oh shit! I must have like deleted him. I did. Fuck. Hold on. What's his Cash App?
Yeah, I'm talking about him and the horse. Or the horse's baby.
Now I'm gonna have to like undelete. I don't even know how to do that. Hold on. Let me go to my settings and see if I can. No, if I put his Cash App, it'll do it. Hold on. Let me see what it is. Okay. Oh, it's right there. Hold on. Cash App Andy. All right. Here we go. Watch this. Watch this, guys. Hopefully he's not listening. Probably is. He's just playing stupid because he wants the $1.
Attacked for years at this rate.
All right. Here we go.
I don't know how I even killed myself yet. Don't pat me on the back.
Money sign, capital CAS HMASK. There he is. All right, so here's my note. So what do I put as a note for big ups? So hold on, we got to put it for big ups. He got enough big ups. No, well, let me ask. What do you want me to say? Big ups. It's all. It's, so this is my note time. It's for you, man. No, I'll never charge back. I won't do that. That's why I'm only doing $1. From big ups, cheer up, big guy. Oh wait, no, that's not big ups. That's Yoda. No offense to you, Yoda.
I'm great.
Oh, think about it, big ups. You got a minute. You got 30 seconds. I'm just kidding. We got to trigger him though. Get something good. What will you do?
Awesome. I've never been better. Beaches and shit.
Wait, a request. Sometimes a request will trick them. They think they get it. Hold on. So maybe I send like, I don't know. Damn, you guys got me good. I don't know. I don't do this shit. That's why I don't. You guys got it. Give me a note. Give me a note. To stop crying. Say, can you turn on chat? Oh, Yoda, can you donate $1 so I'll save for you? Because you're funny too.
Your girlfriend died.
No, I'll do it for you.
I'm gonna kill myself, John Smith. Didn't that what you did?
Let's go, big ups. Then I'll do Yoda.
I know who you are. I know who you were. I know who you were. You actually killed yourself. You killed your girl, and then you killed yourself.
It's getting all serious though. We need to get one to like cheer him up or something.
Once or twice, but I think just one time.
Something to fuck with them, but not so like.
You know, remember what was
I'm not
discussed.
that person. Let's see here. Showroom. Remember we had him show the room last time? Showroom again. I want to see your room again. No, let's do showroom. He'll do it. Trust me. Let's see if we can get him. Let's see if we can get him. Showroom again.
What insult.
Here we go. I'm going to pay it. All right, here we go.
I'm tired of fucking talking to you people like you're human and you deserve my fucking.
So I'm sending it right now. Ready? 3, 2, 1. All right, hold on. Let me make sure we're live. All right, we're listening to live. Here we go.
I'm bored extremely over
Here we go.
all this shit.
You sent $1 ski mask candy. Done. Oh, you guys can't see me. Hold on. Shit. What am I doing?
No, I can't bear to exist in the current capacity anymore. I can't bear to exist. It's 11:19 in the evening. I got nothing to fucking do. No money to go travel on. No car to travel in. No reason to be alive at all.
There it is. It's going to come in now. All right, here we go.
Here
we go. Let's switch over.
I'm glad you made it, Paige. Good. Hope you recover and all that good stuff. You guys are in here years later.
There we go.
I can't stand being ghosted.
I gave it to him. Better call it out. Tell him to check it. Well, don't tell him. Let's see if he'll check it. I think he's doing it. I think he sees it. I think he's reading it. He read it. He read it. He's going to do it. Ski, show us. Let's have fun, dog. I'm just kidding. I hate that motherfucker. He is. Yeah. He's totally checking it right now. I haven't paused him at all. Somebody's 111. Oh, Sapito is. What up, Sapito? Thank you. Everybody 111 him. Hold on. He is. He is. He's doing it right now. Cleaning room. Here he comes. Let's see it, Ski. It was $1, dude. Come on. Please. Or do you want 25 cents with inflation? Oh, I did it. 111. Let's go. He's logging up onto me. What up, Ski? Hey, just show us the room, man. Here he comes.
Fake ones.
Show us the room.
Or that maybe that was the person that sent me $1. I'm not sure.
Here he is. Here he is. No, he said he knows.
When you press 1 for it. Didn't get no money.
Oh, bullshit. I just sent you $1. Fuck that. Yeah, you were right, Sapito. I got scammed. Well, there you go. I'm glad for $1 I was able to show people that that's what happens. Hold on, here it goes.
No excuse or reason not to.
What do you say?
You guys won't be able to see it, don't worry.
Wait.
Supporters won't be forced to hear about it either.
Ski, are you going to show the room or not?
Oh, well.
Did I just get scammed, ladies and gentlemen?
I'm going to refund the fucking $1. It's embarrassing. Hundreds of people for hours on end, and one person gave me $1. Can't even buy a taquito with that.
See, he wants more.
Insulting.
All right, I'll give him more. I'll give him more.
Insulting.
What? You asked for $1, motherfucker.
Insulting.
No, and honestly, it's not insulting because if you went to Circle K on the right day for $1, you can definitely get some food for that. That's insulting. I've been on the road enough, man. I know how Circle K works. Oh, he's not going to send it back. Are you kidding me? Big ups. All right, I'm going to send him another $1 so he can get an actual. So he's complaining because he wants what? How? Okay, so what is he? Okay, let's just ask. Well, I'm not on his. He banned me. So can somebody ask him how much he needs so that he can get, I guess, a meal that he doesn't want to complain about? So what? That includes chips, a drink, and a hot dog? And if you had a Circle K card, they literally give half of that to you for free, man.
How about a tip to turn on the camera?
He didn't even send it back either, just so you guys know. Didn't send it back. So let's send one.
Actually, I need $25 to buy StreamYards.
What? 25 bucks now? The fuck? No. Oh, hell no. Y'all see, there you go. Expose the scammer right there. Motherfucker begging for $1 and then gets $1. Now it's 25 bucks. Shit.
This fucking forced, like, the trolls.
And he didn't give me the $1 back, just so you guys know. Yoda, we sent him $1, and he's complaining for $1 now.
It probably is true, Charlie. Probably is at this rate, huh? If not, I better start. If not, I better start.
No, he has not sent it back to me, Sapito.
Who are you?
Not at all. Are you kidding me? He's not going to send $1 back to me. Hell no. Motherfucker's keeping that shit. I'll show you right now. Ski, show the room. I sent you $1. Just show the room really quick.
Maybe I am.
What do you have to lose?
$1 bill. Look at the little baby. Look at the little baby we never get to see.
He knows I
I'm
sent
gonna turn
him.
the volume down on that.
All right, let's send him another $1. Let's see what he says. Who's this $1 for?
I thought I turned the volume down on that. $1 bills. I wish I could have been a dad. I would have had like a purpose. Glad that everybody is here. Sending positive vibes. I remember when I used to be that guy. The internet really broke me down. I used to be a pretty optimistic person. That's how I got on the first adventure to first begin with. Smoking dirt weed.
He kept my $1 and talked shit. Fuck that.
What's that?
All right, I'm going to send him another $1 and let's interrupt his stream. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm glad to bust it out, huh?
There he is.
Fucking weird internet.
I'm going to show you guys. Oh, you guys can see right now. Hold on.
Weird internet.
Sapito ignoring your $1. All right, let's call him with dollars. Here we go. I'm going to send him $1 right now. And what should I
just showed me how quick I can lose.
Show your room or cash.
I lost to one person this afternoon.
Or
they have not responded to me.
No, I'm just saying.
And so, like, I would hope that nothing happened to him. How would I know, though?
And all right, I just paid him $1. Maybe he dude, this guy's such a scammer. He probably knows we're sending him dollars and he's gonna just do this till he gets like $5. Watch. Then he'll fucking start saying, oh, watch, these haters are sending me shit. And he took it. It didn't say that it was denied. He just accepted my $1 bill. Watch, look at it happen right now. Here it comes.
That's getting ghosted, right? Maybe their phone got stolen or something, I guess.
Oh, he's still accepting my $1.
I got ghosted.
He's still accepting the $1.
Just the most recent.
Actually, we're going to go to view number 2 so you guys can... This is why I like view number 2. Where's my custom view? Here we go. Custom view right there.
Can't believe it. Can't believe it.
That's Y Street 0 Lie EF.
Well,
Bing Bing. Hold on.
As if we needed
That's the one that I have for You Got It Right.
Just another excuse or reason. Just another reason.
There you go.
Just another fucking reason. I hate you guys.
You too, Ski.
Remember, everybody hated me. know that it's a fun little chat room I was able to build over the last 6 years, but it doesn't seem to benefit me anymore.
It keeps on flowing. It's going.
I got $1 in 2 hours. That's 50 cents an hour.
Liar, you got $2. You got $2. He's lying.
It's all good.
And he never shouted out who gave him the dollar. See, he's a liar.
Just use your mom's car. My mom never had a driver's
There he
license
is.
her whole life. She don't get a car.
Money to come on screen. Oh, you can show the room. Show the room. Show the room.
I'm like 17 and a half. I had to get my own room.
Oh, he technically got me because that technically is show your room. Damn it. He's good.
My dad only got a truck.
Good. He got me there.
Left it to him.
Technically, he is showing his room.
Got a rebuilt transmission.
Yeah. See, dude, I can't think like that. That's a scammer thinking right there. Damn, you're good.
I got money ready to do what? You think I got enough money to what, buy a car?
I just gave him $2 just to show me. Yeah, that's my fault. Damn it. I should have said show.
I get blessed all the time.
In front of you.
That's how I was able to spend this long.
He's good. I told you he's good. He just got me. He just got me. That's it. I'm telling you, dude. I ain't gonna fret. The guy's been doing this for 30 years.
Hey, Lisa. There's a friend. What's up, Lisa? How you doing, buddy?
Ups. I know. Fuck. Well, Lisa just cost me $2. All right. We'll work with it here. We're not bad. We're not bad yet. Just invested $2. So we've got him to show his room. How about show his weed? Because he's always complaining he doesn't have weed.
I'm gonna ban a couple of ones.
Let's trick him. Let's see.
Did your dad beat your mom?
There we go. Watch this. Let's watch.
My dad was friends with.
I can be smarter too.
Brothers.
I can be smart too.
They were all young.
Send him one last cash app, and I'm gonna say, show your weed.
Same side of town in Des Moines, Iowa.
And then when he shows a bunch of it, he can't be like the next day. Oh, I got a bunch of. I don't have any more weed, y'all. Got him. Here we go. Watch this. Give him $1. Show your weed now. Okay, wait. I can't be like so specific. Show nuggets. There you go. Yoda. Got it, dude. You're so, dude. I got you. Hey, hold on.
My dad got me
Yoda.
I had a stepmom. Her name was Patty. She was cool.
You guys are hilarious. You guys know this guy so much too, like me. Show nugs. I should be like, dude, show your big old fat nugs, dog.
Dad and my stepmom.
Show them sickle nugs.
And I was,
show nugs.
I had this chick that I was staying with.
Show nugs. They look sick. They look
maybe not even 2013. It might have been before that. Maybe like 2011. Staying with this chick.
All right, here we go. You guys see that? I did it.
I didn't do shit but fucking like the house.
Show nugs. You guys, I said, show nugs. They look sick.
Seen the ski debacle.
What up, Stinky Pink?
When I get domesticated. But yeah, I was chilling with this chick.
All right, so that's $3 I've given them tonight. All right, that's it.
She was like,
all right, let's see. Let's see. All right, live. Let's see.
Mom lived in Iowa at the time. We were in Tulsa.
Watch them.
So I invited my mom down, and then her and my dad started being friends again, and then we got back together. I know a cool story. I could tell it better.
Yep, I noticed that one too. Way Street. Yep, you got it. And you know what? It doesn't matter. I don't care if they're not there when he says it. Then they come back after. You know, it's the same thing. You support somebody that says that one time, that's what you support.
He lied to my mom. Said she was going to get in trouble. Or,
you've all heard what he said about kids, dude. He said some nasty shit. He said he was going to R-word 2 different creators, underage children. All right.
It's only 11:35. Why does it feel so fucking late?
He's a fucking sick fuck.
Why does it feel so late?
And honestly, I think it'd be hilarious to buy his fucking Cadillac from the fucking impound lot. And I might just do that if it's available. And then I'm going to fucking burn it and send it over a fucking cliff for
What's the chat in a weird mode again?
in Minecraft. Watch, he sees it now. He got it. He got it. He got it. He got it. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Show your nugs, dog. Show the nugs. Ski. Oh, man. Now we can't see you. Show the nugs. Or you're working on the lighting so they look greener now with the lighting. I got you. He's trying to get the lighting to be the right effect so the nugs look nice and green and crisply. Or he's working on editing a fake nug. He's going to show fake nugs. Yeah, Pimp My Ride Caddy Edition.
You always showing the crack house, you know they don't want some money too.
Did I get scammed? It's crazy, Sapito. I mean, literally, you guys understand that this dude, hold on, let me just put him down. Crazy. You guys realize this guy, any day of his life, can go and get a fucking job. This guy sits there, like, literally, just putting it down like it's just life is just done. You know what I mean? For what? Because you don't have any weed? Dude could literally get a job anywhere, okay? No matter what all his felonies. I know he's got a pretty extensive criminal record, but he can still work, okay? Trust me. He just chooses not to. You guys understand, this guy even could make more money just standing on a fucking street corner and begging for money. But that even takes more effort than what he's doing now and why he chooses not to. Literally, he could sit on a street corner and make twice as much as he is now. But that takes more effort than just begging for it.
Show your room, don't scam.
There it goes. There it is. Here he is.
Show my room, don't scam. Yeah. What do you want to see about my room?
All of it.
Funny, man. You gave me $1. That's only the $2 we got all night.
That's $2. See, there you go. I'm the only one that donated to you. Show your fucking room now.
For $1 to show my room.
He knows it's. Oh, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. Sorry, I'm screaming.
The old bit.
This is like going back old days, dude. That's why I'm yelling. It's like nostalgia. I know you did, Sapito. He lied.
Dilapidated. Guy that said NJC gave me $1 with a note that said, show.
You're cutting out, dog. Oh, man. Come on now. Did we just get scammed? See, I told you, anytime that happens, the end of the stream happens. Well, you know what? At least he acknowledged it. So there we go. And you know what? I know I said I wasn't going to banter anymore, but you know what? Honestly, that was fun. So I don't give up. Oh, there he is. There's
top level troll.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
So now I trolled all those people. Kiwi homie. Kiwi pity party. Inner blunt side.
He's reading your chat.
Yeah, I don't even got that much weed. I ain't got enough weed to be showing pieces.
Oh, come on, Ski. I told y'all.
House. Not for $1. I'll keep my privacy.
We got scammed. We got scammed, y'all. Scammed. Scammed.
Still out there having fun.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Don't ever donate to Ski Mask Scanny. I want to try it myself, and there's proof. I just got scammed, man.
Anybody wants to sponsor that? Otherwise, not interested. Actually, I'm not even going to show it. Just don't worry about it. The teeny little worm, you've seen it before.
We want to see it now.
You've seen it before.
We want to see it now.
No internet. Why the fuck not?
All right, y'all. Yeah, we ain't doing no 10. Well, did he really say 10? Can he, Kiss?
How do I do IP?
See, here's the thing, though.
IP.
I don't trust him for $10. I can't. I mean, between me and Sapito, that was probably like $5 or $6, and he's already lying about it. So, nah, he ain't gonna show his room, but we got him. No, that was just fun. I just want to go back to the old days. I'm not gonna, fuck with that shit. Like I said, this year, and again, I mean it though. I'm not trying to banter a bit, well, a bit. I'm just kidding, y'all. Anyways, that was funny. I know. And see, that's the thing. It does get funny, though. That's the thing, that's why I do it. Okay. I mean, it's funny for me. That's why I do it. But, it's not my style. You know what I mean? It is good banter. I agree, Yoda. I do. And you know what? It was fun. He wasn't getting all pissed off. Unfortunately, we proved that he was a scammer. He can't say he's not, right? I mean, on my behalf, I gave him $3. I think Sapito gave him a few dollars, so he lied. And that's the proof we're trying to show everybody, right? Dude's a liar. It is fun. It is. I know. All right. So what? It's 10:45 my time. Let's just call it 11. So that means 1 o'clock for my friends on the East Coast. All right. We got to call it a night because it is technically a weekday. So here is how we roll. Let's see. It's already technically, well, on my end, it's not Friday yet. But for some of you all on my East Coast, or not my East Coast, my friends on the East Coast, it is Friday already. So TGIF for all y'all on the East Coast. TGIF for everybody else here in a few hours. But we're going to have some fun. Like I said, I've got, as far as the broadcast schedule, we have a scheduled show on Sunday. As a matter of fact, that's going to be a Sunday morning. All right. So for some of y'all that maybe already went to church, or you don't go to church, or you just don't care, whatever it may be, Sunday morning, if you want something to do, you can join me, NJ Courts, for your end of the week court update. Plus, as you've seen today, we're doing a lot of other stuff, trying to do more of a expand the coverage, statewide, countrywide, even worldwide. Okay. So, we're getting there slowly but surely, but still doesn't mean I'm going to be exactly like a court news channel. Well, what is a court news channel anyways, So again, thank you guys for everybody that's been supporting this channel. Thank you all for joining me this Thursday/Friday morning. And again, I hope to see you guys on our next show. Love you all. Keep your head on the swivel. Check that 6 every once in a while. And hold on, Candy Kiss 33 says, he said before he was never robbed. When he was living in his car, he told us like 3 times he was robbed. Oh, No, you guys have a good night, man. Like, seriously, that's why I'll tell you this. I mean, tonight was fun. It was fun fucking with Ski Mask, but ultimately, that's every day with that guy. Boring, nothing, and that's why I don't follow him. And that's the thing. You know, when I was covering him, yeah, when I was clipping him, I get it. Yeah, I was following him. But after all this shit, like I said, I don't care. And I think I've been proven that, right? Now, tonight, I fell back. I went back, you know, to some of the old jokes and ha 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 hee ha's, and but I had a good time. But realistically, man, we've already moved on. We've covered like 4 other different people. Don't give a fuck. But boy, oh boy, dude's old news. And what I recommend, Ski. I don't know if this sounds like an ASMR to you, but go get a job. You'll make double the money. And you won't have to beg every night. And you won't sound like a pathetic loser. Okay, everybody. That's my ASMR. I'm just kidding. Love you guys. Take care. We'll see you on the next show. That will be, again, Sunday night's broadcast schedule for. And see, I even got to check. Man, I'm so busy this week. Jeez Louise. All right, here we go. Did I put it out already? Okay, here we go. I was like, I know I put it out. I'm like, crazy. Sunday, March the 10th, 12 p.m. noon. All right, you guys, 12 p.m. noon. We'll see you. Now, tomorrow is a weekday. There could very well be some breaking news. You never know. So, if there is, I'll always be down to share that with you. If there's anything else that I think would be interesting, I'll always be down to share with you. But unless there is nothing to be interested that I'm going to share with you, we'll see you guys Sunday, March the 10th at noon. Now, don't forget, there's a time change, so I'll probably do so. I am. I mean, it's not I probably will. I'll probably do something this weekend fun, and that way we can get everybody on board as far as the time change thing. Because I think I'm okay as far as what I do, but it's just like you guys. And I don't want to get you guys confused because Sunday is going to be a fun day. Sunday is a fun day. All right, y'all. Love you. Take care. Have a good night. Peace. Again, thank you guys for joining me this evening. I know it's kind of something different, but again, you guys hung in there. Thank you for my mods for all your hard work. Thank you for all the members of the jury for your support on this channel. Shout out to all the not members of the jury. Shout out to you guys, of course, but shout out to my replay gang. Shout out to my replay crew. Welcome to the NJ Courts channel if you're new to us, okay? Either way, we've got a lot of exciting new coverage coming in. We've got 2 big court dates coming through between the Trina Golden coverage and who's my other one? Hold on, give me a second. We've got a lot of people, but the big one. Hold on. Oh, I almost forgot. Trina Golden. All right. I think the Stanley finally hit me. God. Hold on. Trina Golden. Hold on. One moment. Yeah, that's the big one. Anyways, you have a good night. I love you all. Take care. We'll see you on the next one. Peace. And cheers.